My child, listen to me. What you're about to hear is not just another message. It is a moment marked in heaven. This is not poetry. This is prophecy. I am speaking directly to your spirit because something moved tonight that you cannot afford to ignore. You felt the shift in your chest, though you couldn't name it. You sensed the trampling beneath the surface of your circumstances. That wasn't emotion. That was me. What I touched in the midnight hours will soon appear in daylight. And if you turn away now, you'll miss the very evidence you've been praying to see. I moved in realms beyond your vision. I dispatched angels. I tore down what was resisting you. And if you listen, truly listen, you will realize I did it for you. So do not scroll past. Do not treat this as background noise. This is your confirmation, your answer, your turning point. I am not just visiting you through this message, I am confronting the things that tried to bury you. And I will not speak in fragments. I will reveal the full scroll, but only if you stay until the final word. Let your spirit settle. Let your heart open. What began in secret is about to be unveiled. And I want you to carry every word, because the miracle I began tonight will be sealed by what you hear now. Stay with me. What moved in the night was me moving for you. My child, when the world turned its back to slumber, I leaned in closer to your soul. The stars bore witness to the ache you dared not voice. While others slept in silence, your spirit cried out in longing, and I heard it. Every tear that touched your pillow was caught in my hand. I was there, not afar, not as a distant observer, but as your father, closer than the breath that passed your lips. In the thick stillness of night, you felt forgotten, but I was moving. Not with noise, but with the quiet force of eternity. I hovered over your dwelling, my presence woven into the air around you, whispering peace to the storm inside your chest. You did see the heavens stirring above you, but I stirred them. I sent forth my angels, dispatched by your desperation. Not a cry from your heart goes unnoticed by me. I saw the weight pressing against your ribs, the way you tried to pray but no words came. Do not think silence stopped me. I interpreted the groan within your bones, the trembling of your spirit. I read your pain like a sacred scroll. My spirit descended into the unseen realms and touched the fabric of time to shift what was stagnant on your behalf. You thought nothing changed, but everything changed the moment you cried out. I moved mountains while you were unaware. I realigned stars and softened hearts. I went before you and behind you. Let yourself receive this truth. Something moved tonight. What was hidden from your eyes was never hidden from mine. What felt unanswered was in fact the loudest sound in heaven. The very air around you trembled with my hand at work. Even in the moments you thought I was distant, I was standing guard over your soul. My beloved, believe me when I say this. Your night was not empty, it was divine. It was holy. It was saturated with my action. Pause now. Breathe in. I want you to feel it. Feel the residue of my presence clinging to your soul like dew upon the morning grass. I was there in the shadows, speaking light into your future. I bent time to preserve your hope. I silenced the winds that sought to disturb your rest. I steadied your spirit when anxiety tried to rise. I covered your home with a blanket of my peace. That uneasiness you felt, it wasn't fear, it was me stirring the waters of your spirit to awaken you to newness. I disrupted the stillness not to trouble you but to transform you. Come now, open your spirit and receive what has already begun. What once stood still now flows. What once resisted now yields. What once held tight has now loosened its grip. I touched what you could not reach. I changed what you thought was permanent. I overturned verdicts spoken against you. I reversed decay that had begun. I unlocked doors sealed by fear, and I flooded dry places with the rivers of my mercy. You were never abandoned. You were being prepared. Lift your head. Let your soul waken to this moment. You are not the same as you were yesterday. My hand moved through the night like the wind moves through a field, unseen, yet undeniable. You felt me and you didn't know it. You sensed the shift, but couldn't name it. I tell you now, the shift was me. Heaven heard you. I responded. I intervened in secret. But the results will soon become visible. Step into my presence now. Let your heart agree with what I have already begun. Declare it with your mouth. God moved for me tonight. You are not waiting on a miracle. You are walking in one. My precious child, there was a moment, silent, veiled in shadows, when the enemy drew close, thinking he could touch what belongs to me. But I stood between you and destruction. I placed myself like a fortress around your spirit. I drew my sword not with clamor, but with eternal precision. In the dark hour, when fear coiled around your chest and tried to choke the breath from your lungs, I was already standing in front of you, shield raised, eyes aflame, declaring to the darkness, "You shall not pass." The enemy plotted in secret. He gathered his whispers of accusation. He thought your silence was weakness. But I heard your silence as worship. I saw the faith flickering beneath your trembling, and I interrupted every assignment sent against you. I shut the mouths of devourers. I dismantled curses before they reached your skin. I confused the path of those who would harm you. I turned their schemes into dust. When the accuser stood ready to claim your soul, I held up the blood, my blood, and silenced every lie. You were never alone in that warfare. You thought the night was still, but it was roaring with a battle you didn't even have to fight. I fought for you. I warred for your peace. I stood guard when you laid down, and I watched over every breath you took. Do you understand, my child? Fear itself trembled when my name was spoken. The shadows quaked because your soul belongs to me. I am the light that darkness cannot comprehend, cannot hold, cannot extinguish. Rest now. Rest in this truth. I sealed your rest with my peace. I covered you in a robe of assurance. While the world turned over in dreams, I wrapped your spirit in armor. My angels did not slumber. They circled you. They sang over you. They reminded the enemy of your inheritance. My peace became a wall around your mind, your body, your home. Even the nightmares that tried to revisit you were rebuked by my voice. Now, hear me clearly. I rose against every weapon formed against you. Not one shall prosper. Not one shall touch your destiny. I burned away what sought to cling to your soul. I uprooted what the enemy planted in your thoughts. You were not left unguarded. I marked you with my authority. I stationed my presence at the borders of your spirit. And I declared, "This one is mine." Take this moment to breathe in my victory. Step into the stillness that I crafted for you. Let go of the fear that lingers. It no longer belongs to you. Stand tall in the truth that you are divinely defended. Speak it aloud. My God fought for me. My soul is protected. My destiny is sealed. And know this, no matter the darkness that rises again, it will never hold you, because I am the fire within you. My beloved, I heard you when no one else did. I heard the whisper beneath the pillow, the words too heavy for your tongue to speak. You didn't even know it was a prayer, but I did. I caught every syllable, every groan, every sigh that slipped from your heart. And I tell you now, your midnight prayer was not small. It carried weight in heaven. It split the silence of the skies and echoed through the courts of eternity. The trembling whisper shook the gates of heaven and the gates of hell. I leaned in when you couldn't lift your voice. I interpreted the language of your tears. You thought you were breaking, but your spirit was birthing something powerful. That simple, fragile plea reached me, and I moved. I moved when you least expected it. I moved when your faith was raw and trembling. I moved because I honor the honest cry of my children. You didn't shout, but your spirit thundered. Faith at midnight, whispered, quiet, barely held together, is louder than any sermon, stronger than any army. I honor that faith. I cradle it. I act on it. Your quiet trust drew me closer than you knew. I stood beside your bed. I watched the rise and fall of your breath. I whispered into your spirit truths that you are only now beginning to recognize. You were not weak, you were sacred. You were not abandoned, you were being heard. You need to know, my child, that prayer is not measured by volume. It is measured by surrender. You surrendered your control. You brought me your helplessness. You yielded to me, even without knowing the words. And I answered, not with noise, not with flashing signs, but with a shift in the spirit. A moment market turning. You felt the stirring, didn't you? The heaviness lifting, the air changing. That was me. That was the answer beginning. I want you to believe this. You are never unheard. You are never overlooked. I am not a God who requires perfection. I respond to the pure heart. And yours was pure in that moment. You gave me the lass of your strength, and I gave you my power. You laid your soul before me in the dark, and I wrapped it in light. I have honored you. I am moving for you, and I will continue to move. Rise now. Rise with the confidence that heaven responded. Carry this truth into your day. My prayer changed everything. It wasn't empty. It wasn't lost. It was a key that unlocked a door you thought was sealed forever. Keep praying, even when words fail. Keep whispering, even when hope feels thin. I hear you. I see you. I move because you trust me. My child, you wondered why nothing seemed to shift. You questioned if I heard you. You looked at the stillness and assumed delay. But I tell you now, delay is not denial, it is design. Heaven did not hesitate. The moment you called, I responded. I do not slumber. I do not second guess. I act from love, from eternity, from divine intention. And when you cried out, all of heaven stirred. Do not mistake the silence for absence. I was already moving when you were still doubting. I began to arrange what needed shifting. I whispered to hearts you didn't even know would be part of your breakthrough. I aligned conversations, moments, and encounters before you opened your mouth. My timing is not slow, it is sacred. I move with purpose, not panic. What seemed delayed was actually being divinely arranged. You wanted the fruit, but I was preparing the soil. You desired the door, but I was crafting the key. I was not ignoring you. I was preparing something better than what you asked. Trust me when I say, my response has never been late. Every second of silence was sacred preparation. I sent signs, even when you didn't notice. I stirred your heart. I brought peace out of nowhere. I gave you strength that had no explanation. That was me. Always me. Let your spirit receive this. The answer began before you asked. I am not bound by time. I saw your need long before it surfaced. I saw the chain before it tightened. I saw the wound before it bled, and I sent the healing before the pain arrived. I moved before your question formed. Tonight, the process was activated. What was dormant began to rise. What was hidden began to come into view. Step into faith now. Trust what your eyes can't see. Rest in what your spirit knows. I do not tease my children with empty hope. I do not plant seeds I will not water. What I began tonight is irreversible. The process is in motion. The atmosphere has changed, and the manifestation will come. Not maybe, not someday, but soon. Stand now in expectancy. Watch how the invisible becomes visible. Testify when you see it unfold. And know this: I am the God who responds. I do not wait to bless you. I wait for the perfect moment to reveal what I've already done. You asked. I answered, and heaven did not delay. While your body gave into rest, your spirit was not dormant. It was guarded. It was fought for. It was delivered. I moved with precision, and in the silence of your slumber, chains began to loosen from places you didn't even realize had bound you. You laid down with heaviness that you thought would follow you into tomorrow, but I reached into those hidden places and snapped cords that had choked your joy, shattered restraints that had held your soul captive, and removed burdens that had settled so long they started to feel like home. I want you to understand this. Deliverance is not always loud. It does not always arrive with trembling floors and flashing lights. Sometimes it comes like a whisper in the night, a shift in the unseen realm, a sudden release where your spirit simply lets go and something ancient breaks. That is what happened while you slept. I broke generational patterns that had held your bloodline hostage. I severed agreements made in fear. I reversed curses passed down through silence. The strongholds that tormented your dreams, gone. The fears that once dictated your decisions, stripped of their authority. You were unaware, but I was alert. I watched over every breath, shielding your mind from torment, removing the seeds of despair planted by yesterday's pain. I quieted voices that sought to accuse you. I extinguished flames that the enemy hoped would ignite again. And I did not need your striving, only your surrender. While you rested, I fought. While you closed your eyes, I opened doors. While you were still, I was active. Because I am not limited by time, and I do not wait for daylight to bring breakthrough. The night is mine, too. You need to believe this now. What held you no longer as legal right. I dismantled its grip. What you feared waking up to is already defeated. You will rise different. You will step into this day lighter, stronger, renewed. Not because you tried harder, but because I moved in the depths of your being. I cleansed your inner rooms. I rebuilt what trauma had cracked. I whispered truth over every lie that had lingered too long in your subconscious. Take this in. Freedom began in your spirit before your body even stirred. The transformation didn't start when you opened your eyes. It started when I hovered over you and spoke to the chains. Let go. Now breathe in. Let the evidence rise within you. That strange lightness you feel. That's me. That clarity in your mind. That's my gift. That unexpected peace. That's the fruit of deliverance. Rise into your day and walk differently. Do not pick up the weight I already removed. Do not reason yourself back into what I've already undone. Say it aloud with authority. I am no longer bound. My freedom was sealed in the night. My deliverance has arrived. And let it be known, you were not just sleeping. You were being delivered. My child, if you stop here, you will miss what I am still whispering. I have not yet finished unveiling the evidence of what I did in the night. Stay close, There is more I long to release into your spirit. There was a stirring in the atmosphere, quiet but undeniable. My spirit, like a wind without origin and without end, passed through the thresholds of your life last night. You could not see it with your eyes, but your soul felt the shift. Something moved, not with chaos but with divine order. I swept through your home, not just the rooms built of stone and wood, but the inner chambers of your being. I came not to merely visit, but to transform, to affirm, to realign you with what is holy, pure, and unshakable. The breath of my presence wrapped around you like a mantle. It entered your thoughts, disrupted old patterns, and replaced confusion with clarity. Even creation responded. The air changed. The stillness deepened. The night thickened with the weight of glory. That wasn't your imagination, it was visitation. The wind did not come to pass by you. It came to mark you. I breathed on places in your spirit that had grown cold. I reignited embers that you feared had turned to ash. Let yourself feel this now. Let your spirit recognize what your body could not. My wind brought messages, subtle impressions, nudges in your heart, a sudden boldness to hope again. That was me. I was not only near, I was inside the moment. I whispered truth into the marrow of your doubt. I pressed my love into the soil of your insecurity. I scattered every residue of despair with a breath. And when I passed through, I did not leave things as they were. I corrected what was misaligned. I affirmed what you doubted. I confirmed what the world tried to strip away. Even now, my presence lingers like dew clinging to dawn's first light. It is not gone. It is waiting for you to acknowledge it, to respond, to receive. Let go of your reasoning. Let go of the insistence that nothing happened. Something did. Everything did. My wind does not move in vain. I do not breathe without purpose. What I set in motion is alive. What I whispered will soon be declared, and what I touched will produce fruit. Pay attention. Listen with your spirit. My wind speaks before my voice is heard. What you feel in your soul is not anxiety, it is anticipation. What presses on your heart is not restlessness, it is preparation. I moved through last night to set you apart for what is coming next. Respond now. Step into the afterglow of my movement. Declare it aloud. His spirit has passed through my life. I have been shifted. I have been touched. I have been chosen. And stand in the certainty of this. What my wind touches, it never leaves the same. Last night, in the realm you cannot see, I stepped into the enemy's camp, not with stealth but with sovereignty. I dismantled strategies drawn up in the shadows. I shattered alliances formed in secrecy. I released confusion like a flood into every room where your name had been whispered with malice. The plans to break you, to distract you, to delay you, I ripped them from their foundations and cast them into disorder. While you slept, they tried to summon their familiar tactics. They thought you were vulnerable, exposed, unaware. But I covered you with my wings. I became your refuge, your shield, your invisible defense. I was not merely near, I was everywhere at once, consuming the blueprints of destruction with fire from my throne. I disarmed their efforts with a single word. I allowed them to see just enough to realize one truth. You are mine. They expected fear, but I filled you with fortitude. They anticipated confusion, but I gave you supernatural discernment. They released accusation, but I reminded you of the cross. I brought to their remembrance the price already paid for your soul. And when the enemy tried to reach, I cloaked you in grace. I made you invisible to what sought to harm you. They looked for weakness and saw only light. Do not wonder anymore if you are seen in the spirit realm. You are known. You are marked. You are a fire-wrapped, heaven-sealed, blood-covered child of the Most High. No incantation, no curse, no dark declaration can pierce what I have sealed. You walk under an open heaven. You dwell beneath a canopy of power. You live surrounded by armies they cannot touch. And when I move it through their camp, I reminded them of something they forgot. I do not forget my own. I defend what belongs to me. I silence tongues that rise against you. I rebuke spirits that monitor you. I dissolve every scheme crafted in secret rooms. Nothing forged in darkness can stand against the brightness I have placed within you. So rise, my child, in holy boldness. Say it aloud so hell can hear. I am not afraid. I am not forsaken. I am divinely defended. And walk forward today with the calm of one who knows the battle was already won, not just for you, but by me. My child, the drought you've endured has not gone unnoticed. The dryness you felt in your spirit, the aching emptiness that echoed through your prayers, the way you questioned whether your anointing had faded, I have seen it all. You feared the oil was gone. You assumed your calling had run dry. But I tell you now with certainty, the oil has begun to flow again. Last night, as you surrendered your weariness to me, I placed my hand upon the sealed jar within your spirit, and I commanded it to pour. This flow did not come because you earned it. It came because I remembered you. It came because my grace is abundant. You are not a vessel rejected. You are a vessel reignited. I have poured fresh oil upon your head. It is moving through your soul, wakening dreams you buried and assignments you thought you forfeited. Let the river return. Let your spirit recognize what I am doing in this hour. This is not your imagination. It is a divine restart. You believe the season of use was over. You accepted the lie that you had been shelved, replaced, passed over. But I never forgot the promises I whispered over your life. I never revoked the mantle. You allowed delay to distort your vision, but I have never been delayed. I was preserving you. I was refining your oil, pressing you through fire so what flows from you would carry my essence, not just echoes of old victories. Listen to me. The oil I pour now is not recycled. It is new, and it is holy. It is fragrant with the scent of endurance. It has been infused with every trial you overcame, every tear you shed, every battle you stood through without applause. It is not the oil of a beginner. It is the oil of a tested warrior. And this time, it will not leak or evaporate. It will sustain. It will overflow. It will heal others because it first healed you. Open yourself to receive again. Do not cap what I've begun to release. Stop trying to analyze what was meant to be caught by the Spirit. Feel it. Let it surge through your being. You will begin to notice it in your words, in how they carry weight and presence. You will feel it in your steps, in how they are no longer hesitant. You will speak, and atmosphere will shift. You will pray, and walls will fall. Because this oil is not theoretical, it is real, and it is active now. Declare it with conviction. My oil flows again. My calling is alive. My purpose is restored. And do not hesitate to step forward. For what I restored last night was not just your flow. It was your direction, your fire, your voice. You are anointed again, and no one can stop the oil I've released. Something eternal shifted in the spirit, my child. A prophetic word long carried in waiting has begun to unfold. The season of wandering has ended, and the moment of motion has arrived. While you slept, I released declarations from my throne. Angels move as swiftly to carry out what had been held in waiting. The spiritual atmosphere around you, once dense, once resistant, has been recalibrated. You are no longer pushing against the wind. The wind is now behind you. You are no longer blocked by invisible walls. The walls are falling. This is not hope for the future, it is movement in the now. The path that once resisted you will now make way. Doors that creaked but never opened have begun to swing wide. Relationships that felt stagnant are about to breathe again. Opportunities that died in their birthing stages will now grow without interruption. The prophetic words spoken over you in seasons past, the ones you thought were lost to time, are now moving into fulfillment. I did not forget a single syllable I ever spoke over you, and last night, I set them into motion. I want you to discern this shift. Let your spirit wake up to the evidence. The heaviness you woke without, that wasn't coincidence. That was release. The clarity you feel rising in your heart, that is not emotion. That is prophetic alignment. You are standing in a threshold moment. What held you in place no longer exists. What kept you circling the same lessons has now broken. I have shattered the cycle and ushered you into new ground. Do not downplay what has begun. Do not call this stirring small. This is not another emotional wave. This is heaven's declaration. I shifted everything, not just for your survival, but for your forward movement. The days of passive waiting have passed. Now is the time to walk into what was sealed for this hour. I am bringing together every scattered piece. The puzzle of your destiny is forming. What once felt fragmented will soon make sense. And I'll walk with holy boldness. Speak with prophetic authority. Act with the confidence of one who knows their season has shifted. Say it aloud. This is my turning. The prophetic word is alive. I walk in alignment with heaven. Let your faith match my movement. Let your pace quicken to the rhythm I've set. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not disoriented. You are positioned. You are commissioned. You are stepping into what was once only spoken. Now it is happening. And no force on earth or in hell can reverse what I've set in motion. There are victories you will never be able to explain. Moments you didn't even know were battles. Yet something shifted, something lifted, something broke. I child, last night with one of those moments. While you slept, vulnerable, defenseless, unaware, I was in motion. I went to war for you. Not with shouts, but with absolute authority. Not with panic, but with precision. I descended into realms that tried to entangle you, and I brought back the spoils of unseen war. You woke up lighter because I won what you could not fight. There are wounds you forgot were still bleeding. There are chains you grew so used to, you stopped trying to break them. I found them. I touched them. I destroyed them. You didn't see the battle because I didn't need you to fight. I needed you to rest. While you surrendered to sleep, I engaged on your behalf. I lifted generational grief. I reversed silent curses. I canceled secret agreements made through fear and trauma. I erased guilt you no longer had language for. Understand this. Your tears from weeks ago were seeds that took root. The groans you uttered in the solitude of your soul were not ignored. I bottled every tear, every whisper, every desperate "God, please." I responded, not with delay, but with strategy. Some battles are not for your hands, they are for mine. And I, the Lord of hosts, do not lose. You are feeling the afterglow of that victory now. That strange confidence. That's the residue of my triumph. That unexpected peace. It's the spoils of war. That clarity in your spirit. It is the stillness that follows my thunder. You don't need to understand it fully to walk in it. You only need to recognize it's real. Now speak this truth aloud. I may not have seen it, but I walk in victory. My battles were won in silence. My God went before me. Let this truth reshape how you move today. You are not under threat. You are under covering. You are not fighting alone. You are advancing with heaven's might. I have gone before you, and what once haunted you no longer holds legal ground. Rest in the truth that I've already handled what was beyond your strength, and let your soul exhale. You are walking in the echo of a battle already won. You felt me move through the silence. You sensed my hand in the places no one else could reach. Now I'm inviting you to join me, not just as a listener, but as a vessel through whom others will be touched. Every super thanks, every membership, every gift through PayPal is not a transaction. It is a seed planted into the soil of someone else's midnight. You prayed, God, use me to help someone. This is how I'm answering you. I will multiply what you sow, surrounding your household with favor, peace, and divine acceleration. Don't hold back. Click, give, and let your obedience carry my word into another soul's night. PayPal link is in the video description, where your seed becomes someone else's awakening. If you leave now, you will walk away in the middle of the miracle. Do not interrupt the divine momentum I've stirred in you. My hand is still moving. Stay with me and see it through. You did not hear them, but I released them. You did not see their wings, but they moved with force. As the night wrapped itself around the earth, I gave the command, and my heavenly messengers descended. Not with trumpet or fanfare, but with silence laced in power. They were sent for one purpose, you. I dispatched them with orders that bore your name, your need, your destiny. They were not delayed. They were not diverted. They came as flames of fire, ministers of my will, standing in defense of what I have spoken over you. These angels did not come as observers. They came as warriors. While you lay still, they circled your room. While your thoughts drifted into dreams, they stood at attention. One stood at your door, guarding your threshold. One hovered above you, shielding your mind. Others moved throughout your home, shifting the spiritual atmosphere with every sweep of their wings. They carried my glory like torches, lighting up every dark corner that tried to linger. They erased the footprints of the enemy and marked the perimeter with my authority. I sent them not because you asked, but because I knew what was rising against you. I knew the plans forming in unseen realms. I knew the traps laid to delay your calling. So I responded first. I sent reinforcements before you even knew you were under siege. Your assignments were not general, they were specific. They came with detailed instruction for your protection, your direction, your restoration. They stood between you and sabotage. They blocked the paths of those who carried spiritual poison. They whispered my strategies into your spirit while you slept. Let yourself understand this now. The direction of your night changed because angels obeyed my voice. They touched your timeline. They dismantled alignments sent to confuse. They stirred hearts in your favor. Even now, some are still with you, guarding, guiding, warring. Not every battle needs your hand. Some only require your agreement. I've called you to walk under the covering of what you do not always see. Do not be casual with this moment. Do not treat their presence as symbolic. They are real. They are active. They are loyal to my will and fiercely committed to your destiny. Speak it boldly. Angels have been assigned to me. I walk in divine protection. Heaven is surrounding my life. And move forward today with the peace of one who is escorted by the hosts of heaven. What I have commanded cannot be reversed. What I have sent will not return void. You didn't feel like a giant of faith. You didn't raise your hands in thunderous declaration. You didn't part seas with your words. But you believe it, in the quiet, in the trembling, in the dark. You chose to trust me when nothing made sense. You planted seeds of faith with hands that shook. You spoke hope even when your voice cracked. You whispered truth through clenched teeth. And I saw it. I received it. I honored it. Because faith planted in the darkness is not hidden. It is holy. Last night, something sprouted. Something you prayed for long ago began to break through the soil. You did not see it with your eyes, but your spirit felt the lift. A rising, a shift, a subtle push toward daylight. That was not emotion. That was movement. That was me responding to seeds I refused to let die. Every prayer you buried under disappointment, I have revived it. Every dream you thought was rotting under delay, I have drawn it back to the surface. Every yes you gave, when no one saw, I multiplied it. I did not forget. I did not ignore. I was watering what you sowed in tears. You assumed nothing was happening, but I was at work beneath the surface. You thought I was still, but I was nurturing the unseen. You were tempted to give up, but I kept whispering, hold on. And you did. And now, the harvest is beginning to press through. You may not yet see full bloom, but the breaking of ground has begun. The first signs are here. The rest you felt upon waking, the sudden inspiration, the inexplicable joy. These are not random. These are sprouts. Verse root. Proof that the dark season was not in vain. Let your soul rejoice. What you watered with worship is now rising. What you buried in surrender is now alive. What you gave me with no guarantees has returned with my fingerprints. And this is only the beginning. I am the Lord of the harvest. I do not allow faith to fail. I do not let seeds lie dormant forever. I bring forth in due season, and I declare to you now, your due season has begun. Speak this over yourself with conviction. My faith has sprouted. My harvest is beginning. My wait was not wasted. And step into your day with the expectancy of one who knows the ground is moving. Walk as one who is about to reap. For I have declared it, and my word never returns void. You thought the silence meant I was absent. But I was not silent. I was whispering. And my whisper is not weakness. It is intimacy. I chose the stillness of night to speak what the noise of day would drown out. While the world thundered, with its opinions and the chaos surged in your mind, I waited for the quiet moment, the sacred space, where I could lean in close and speak directly to your soul. My voice did not come in the wind or the quake or the fire. It came gently, like the hush of morning mist settling over a restless earth. I did not want to startle you, I wanted to woo you. I whispered because I was that close. You didn't need to strain to hear me. You only needed to be still. And last night, you were still enough. You were tender enough. You were desperate enough. And I seized that moment. I reminded you of who you are, not what the world called you, not what your wounds tried to rename you, but what I have always called you. I called you mine. I called you beloved. I called you redeemed, restored, radiant with purpose. In that whisper, I shattered the lies you believed for too long. I unraveled the false scripts you rehearsed in secret. I spoke truth, not as a preacher speaks from a pulpit, but as a father speaks to his child, near, steady, unshakable. Do not minimize what you heard in that moment. It wasn't imagination. It wasn't leftover thoughts. It was revelation. You will feel the echo of that whisper all day. In your choices. in your confidence, in your courage. That voice will guide you where you were once unsure. It will clarify what seemed confused. It will anchor what once felt unstable. And now, come into agreement with what I whispered. Repeat it as truth, even when the world gets loud again. Say it aloud. I have heard his voice. I know who I am. I will not forget what he said. Let that whisper become a roar in your spirit. Let it carry you forward when the world tries to steal your clarity. Because I am not done speaking. I will continue to whisper. I will continue to guide. I will continue to lean in close until every corner of your identity is shaped by my voice. And no other voice will be able to compete. You may not have felt the shift, but it happened. While you slept, I walked through the halls of your home, not with fanfare, but with fulfillment. I entered quietly, yet with power that shook unseen foundations. I touched doors closed for years. I stirred hearts that had grown hard. I began a work that human hands cannot undo. You asked me to move in your family. You cried for their return. You wept over relationships, over children, over wounds within your walls. And last night, I answered, not with promises alone, but with movement. My restoration is not emotional, it is structural. I entered the places that have been broken for too long, the conversations never finished, the moments replayed in pain. I did not pass over a single detail. I touched what was dead. I touched what was dizzed. I touched what was despised. My covenant with you includes your household, and last night, I enforced that promise. I reached across timelines. I softened hearts. I sent conviction that does not shame but awakens. I called to the prodigal without words. I stirred remembrance in the one who forgot me. I visited your bloodline and left my mark again. You must believe this. I am not limited by locked doors, old offenses, or years of silence. I do not operate on your timeline. I govern by eternity. And I chose this night, this moment, to initiate something sacred. What was lost has begun to return. What was scattered has started to gather. The restoration did not start with a conversation. It started with my command. The alignment began in the spirit before it can be seen in flesh. You have feared that it was too late. You've looked at their distance and felt helpless. But I am not limited by appearances. I see their hearts. I hear their silent cries, the ones they would never pray aloud. And I'm moved not only because of your request, but because of my faithfulness. You stood in the gap, and I answered. You chose to forgive, and I acted. You believed when there was nothing left to hold on to, and I responded with restoration. Walk through your home with new eyes. Pray with renewed boldness. Declare peace where strife once ruled. Anoint the doorposts. Speak my promises into every room. Say it aloud. Restoration has entered this house. Healing has begun. The prodigals are coming home. And expect confirmation. Expect phone calls, soft glances, apologies unspoken but felt. Expect warmth where coldness lingered. Expect a shift not birthed from effort, but from heaven. I have already begun the work. You don't need to control it. Just remain in alignment. Keep your heart soft. Keep your voice surrendered. And watch me finish what I started. Because restoration has not just been promised, it has arrived. You feared judgment. You assumed my silence was anger. You carried shame as if it was yours to bear. But I never turned my face from you. I never withdrew my love. I saw your weakness, but I did not recoil. I heard your questions, but I did not rebuke. I watched your heart wrestle, and instead of condemning you, I drew closer. And last night, while the world slept and guilt whispered accusations, I marked you for mercy again. Mercy is not something I ration. It is not a currency you must earn. It is the outpouring of my nature. It is the river that flows endlessly from my throne. And I covered you in it, not because you pleaded, but because I delighted to do so. I saw every place the accuser pointed at, and I lifted my hand. I reminded the heavens of the blood that speaks louder than sin. I declared once more that your name is written in redemption. I silenced the voices that tried to define you by failure. I canceled verdicts written in fear. I stripped shame of its grip. You are not your mistakes. You are not your lowest moment. You are not your confusion or collapse. You are mine. Let this truth sink deep. The cross did not lose its power while you struggled. My grace was not revoked because you stumbled. My love did not waver because your confidence did. I know you fully, and I choose you still. Mercy woke you today. Mercy breathed over your bed. Mercy wrapped around your identity and reaffirmed what I've always seen. You are worthy of restoration because I declared you righteous. Now lift your head. Look me in the eyes of your spirit. Release the shame you've been rehearsing. Release the guilt you've carried like a second skin. Stop apologizing for things I've already forgiven. Walk in the mercy I've poured out. Stand under the waterfall of my compassion. It doesn't trickle, it floods. And it has washed you again. You were not cast away, you were claimed again. Speak this now, not with trembling, but with conviction. I am marked for mercy. I am white. I am seen. I am still chosen. And do not return to what I've already erased. Do not give oxygen to what I've already buried. You are not condemned. You are commissioned. Go forward as one forgiven. Go forward as one favored. And let your life sing the song of mercy that never ends. I see the weight you carry, but you are only steps away from deliverance I designed just for you. If you walk away now, you will miss the fire I've set aside for your soul. Jake. Breathe. Let me finish what I started in the night. There was once a fire inside you that roared. You felt it in your bones, like lightning waiting to strike. You burned with purpose, passion, and presence. But over time, that fire dimmed. Wounds smothered the flame. Disappointments became wet cloths on your altar. And though you never stopped loving me, you feared the fire was gone. You assumed the spark was extinguished. You mourned your own pain. But I never let the embers die. Last night, as you rested, I stooped low and breathed. Not the breath of mere comfort, but the breath of resurrection. I did not just console your spirit. I reignited it. I blew upon what remained, and the glow began to swell. I reminded your soul what it was born to carry. I stirred the flame beneath the ashes. I rekindled the holy hunger you thought would never return. You are not lukewarm. You are not finished. You are not too far gone. I have fanned your flame. I have revived the coal. And this time, the fire will not be reckless. It will be refined. It will not consume you. It will empower you. It will not be for show. It will be for impact. You will pray again with passion. You will speak with conviction. You will move with clarity. You will burn, not out of striving, but from overflow. The fire in your soul is not emotion. It is evidence. Evidence that I have not abandoned you. Evidence that your calling is still alive. Evidence that your life still matters in the unfolding of heaven's plan. And this fire will spread. Others will feel its warmth. Others will catch its light. You were never meant to be a flicker. I created you to be a blaze. Now, act like it. Let the fire change how you walk. Let it shift how you speak. Declare it in the face of every lie. I am reignited. I am not cold. I am alive in the spirit. And as you go, stoke the flame with obedience. Feed it with prayer. Protect it with surrender. For I do not ignite what I do not intend to use. This fire is your portion, and it will not be quenched again. The darkness that lingered over your life is not won. Though it stretched long and heavy, though it attempted to disguise itself as permanence, its time has expired. My child, last night, I issued the order. The season of unrelenting pressure, of unseen resistance, of internal turmoil masked behind outward function, is shifting. This is not poetic language. This is divine reality. The time you have endured is not forgotten, and the fire you walked through did not burn in vain. I allowed the night, but I also hold its end, and I have chosen this moment to mark your turning. The night has taught you, yes, it has carved depth into your understanding, but it will not define you. I never meant for you to live under the stars forever. I crafted you for sunrise. And even now, before the world notices, I have begun to change your sky. You are stepping into the edge of dawn, the moment where light whispers its return. It starts in your soul before it floods your surroundings. That softening in your chest, that courage you felt this morning for no reason at all, that sense that the weight has begun to lift. These are signs. The night is losing its grip. You must learn to walk by the signs of heaven, not the shadows of earth. You do not need everything to be bright to know that day has broken. You only need to notice the glow that begins before the sun appears. My spirit has stirred the winds. What once stagnated is now in motion. The place that felt like captivity is now preparing for release. A weighty has done its work. A weeping has watered something precious. The questions have been gathered like seeds, and now answers are blooming. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are in transition, and I am the one leading it. The doors are opening in realms you cannot yet see. The pace will increase. The clarity will return. The things that once made no sense will soon feel strangely ordered. This is not you returning to normal. This is you entering into divine timing. The night season is not being extended. It is being concluded. Now act accordingly. Dress your spirit for dawn. Speak with the voice of someone who has made it through. Pray not from desperation, but from alignment. Say this now, loud and without hesitation. My night season is ending. My dawn has begun. I step into what heaven has made ready and walk forward without apology. The sunrise does not beg for attention. It simply arrives. And so too, your new season is already here. There has been a war for your identity. Voices, both seen and unseen, have tried to rename you. Failure, fraud, forgotten. Experiences have attempted to write their own definition over your life. Pain has whispered lies and trauma has pressed labels onto your heart. You question if you still carried purpose. You wondered if you had lost what made you valuable. But last night, in the quiet place between your breath and your being, I reached down and reasserted the truth. Not just over your actions, but over your essence. I reaffirmed who you are. I did not whisper what you wanted to hear. I spoke what has always been true, even when you could not see it. You carry my imprint. You bear the signature of heaven. You are not the sum of your failures or the weight of your wounds. You are not reduced to your reactions. You are not cursed by your confusion. You are my design, intentional, exact, and enduring. I reminded you of your true name, the one I spoke over you before breath ever entered your lungs. Identity is not something you earn. It is something I assign. And I do not revise my word when seasons change. I do not reconsider your worth when you are weary. I do not revoke your destiny when you feel disqualified. My seal on you is eternal. And last night, I pressed it again into your spirit, not to repair it, but to reinforce it. You are not forgotten. You are not hidden. You are not too forgotten. You are chosen. You are royal. You are radiant with eternal purpose. Let this truth reframe everything. Walk as one who knows who they are. Do not wear the garments handed to you by culture, fear, or past regrets. Do not shrink to fit someone else's comfort. Rise into the posture I have placed within you. Your voice carries weight. Your steps alter atmospheres. Your hands hold healing. Your presence speaks of heaven. Stop doubting your placement. Stop apologizing for your calling. Stand in the authority I gave you, not borrowed, but inherited. Declare it now without hesitation. I know who I am. I am not who the world says I am. I am who God created me to be. And move forward with the fire of identity renewed. No lie will stick. No accusation will land. No shame will shadow what I have reaffirmed. You are mine, and that is more than enough. What happened last night was not just comfort, it was encounter. My glory descended, not to visit but to remain. You didn't have to strive to bring it down. You didn't have to shout to attract it. It was drawn to the hunger of your spirit, the surrender of your heart, the purity of your longing. My glory is not a vague sensation. It is my essence made manifest. And it touched the atmosphere around you with precision and permanence. You felt it. Maybe not in ways you expected, but it was there. The shift, the stillness, the sacred weight that fell upon your space like a divine blanket. My glory does not knock, it enters. And when it does, everything adjusts. Old heaviness lifted. Hidden wounds began to close. What was crooked started to straighten. Not through effort, but through presence. You didn't have to perform for it. You simply made room. And I filled it. Understand this. I don't just bring glory for emotional impact. I bring it to transform. Wherever my glory rests, there is evidence. Truth begins to grow. Clarity begins to rise. Wisdom begins to pour. Things that once confused you begin to make sense. People who once resisted you become drawn to the light within you. And the residue of my presence doesn't evaporate. It lingers. It clings. It marks you. You are now carrying something you didn't carry before. You have been imprinted. This moment wasn't just for relief, it was for empowerment. What touched you is now moving through you. My glory rested upon your mind, your body, your space, and it is making everything new. You will see it in how you speak, and how you think, how you lead. The fear is gone. The pressure has shifted. What once intimidated you will now respond to you. You asked if anything truly happened. You wondered if what you felt was real. You questioned whether your prayers carried weight in the vast silence of night. And now, I answer you, not only with assurance, but with manifestation. The shift was not symbolic. The movement was not imaginary. What I did in the unseen will not stay hidden. Prepare yourself, my child. The evidence is coming. I do not act in secret without unveiling in time. I do not stir the heavens without causing the earth to respond. The things I moved on your behalf, though they began in silence, will soon speak loudly. I touch timelines. I rearrange structures. I breathed into dead places. And now, you will see the outward signs. Doors you thought were sealed forever will open as if they were never locked. Conversations you never expected will suddenly begin. The people who once overlooked you will now recognize your worth, not because you've changed to please them, but because I have changed the lens through which they see you. You must make room for what is coming. Prepare your expectations. Clear out the spaces where doubt took root. Let go of the habits that were shaped by delay and disappointment. The season has shifted. The oil has flowed. The winds have carried my word, and now your surroundings will reflect what your spirit already knew. You believed without proof. You prayed without signs. And now I will reward your faith with substance. Understand this clearly. This is not emotional uplift. It is divine alignment. The blessings about to surface are not lucky breaks or random occurrences. They are the visible fruit of an invisible war already won. They are the consequence of your obedience when you wanted to walk away. They are the harvest to what you sowed in faith when no one was watching. I am not sending vague encouragement. I am sending evidence so precise, so undeniable, that it will silence every whisper of doubt. You will see confirmations in rapid succession. Not to overwhelm, but to awaken. Not to impress, but to instruct. Every new thing will carry my signature. Every answered prayer will have divine fingerprints. I am not doing this so you will finally believe. I am doing this because you believed before the evidence ever arrived. Your trust activated my movement. Your surrender opened the gates. Speak this boldly into your atmosphere. I am ready for the evidence. I will walk in it. I will testify of what God has done. And when the proof appears, do not shrink back in disbelief. Do not second-guess the reality of what I bring. Lift your eyes and recognize the fulfillment of what you once only hoped for. What I began in secret will stand in the open. This is the season of demonstration. No longer just declarations. No longer only promises. I am showing my hand. I am revealing my work. You have waited with tears, I now answer with power. Prepare your words to testify. Prepare your life to expand. Prepare your heart to receive what has already been sent. Because the evidence will not delay, and it will speak for itself. You heard me. You felt me. You now carry what I've spoken, and I'm calling you to act. When you give, through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link below, you release my word into the lives of those still searching for evidence of hope. What you sow today becomes the oil that flows in someone else's night season. You've asked me, Lord, how can I be part of the mission? This is it. I bless what you give, not just with provision, but with protection, peace, and divine reward. Now act. Glad to. And watch what I do through your gift. The PayPal link is in the description, where your obedience meets my outpouring. My child, now that you have received this word, do not let it sit in silence. What moved in the night must now be declared in the light. What I did for you must echo through your voice. You were not the only one I was reaching. I chose you so that others would feel the ripple. You are not just a witness. You are now a carrier. And I am asking you to speak, to share, to stand. Comment now. Not just words, but a declaration of faith. Write, God move it for me tonight, or the shift has begun. Let your comment be a prophetic act, marking this moment as your agreement with heaven. Your words are not small. They carry weight in the Spirit. Let them rise like incense. Let them serve as a signpost to others who are still in the dark. You've seen the light. You've heard my voice. Now release what I've ignited in you. If you felt the fire rekindle, say so. If restoration touched your household, write it out. If identity was restored, proclaim it. There is power in naming the miracle. There is breakthrough in testimony. Do not withhold what I have done in you. Share this video with someone who needs to know that something can still move in the midnight hour. You are the evidence they've been waiting for. And if you're still waiting on the evidence, speak as if it has already arrived. Say it aloud or in the comments. I believe. I receive. I prepare. These are not empty declarations. They are weapons in the unseen realm. Every time you speak faith, the earth shifts. Every time you agree with my word, heaven responds. Stand now, my beloved, not just as a listener, but as a living witness. Something moved tonight. Let it move through you. Declare it now below. Let heaven and hell both see that you received this word. You are rising, and your testimony begins here. Something moved tonight, my child. Come closer. Hush the noise of the world around you and listen, not with your ears, but with the deepest part of your soul. I want to speak to you tonight, to pull back the veil just for a moment, so you can feel my presence surrounding you. Behold, my beloved, the world you see is not all there is. What you perceive with your eyes, what you can touch and measure, is merely the surface of a reality so much deeper, so much more magnificent than you can possibly imagine. There are currents of power and love flowing all around you, movements in the spirit that are more real than the ground beneath your feet. You felt it tonight, didn't you? That subtle shift, that quiet tremor in the stillness. You thought to yourself, something moved. And you were right, my precious one. Something did move. It was me. It was my unseen hand at work in your life, a reminder that I am ever present, ever active, even when you are not aware. Know this, and let it sink deep into your heart. My spirit is always moving. I am the whisper in the wind that you cannot see but can feel upon your skin. I am the silent tremor in the dead of night that stirs your soul from its slumber. My power is not always in the roaring fire, with the mighty earthquake. Often, it is in the gentlest of touches, the softest of whispers. It is a current of divine energy that flows through all of creation, constantly working, constantly weaving, constantly guiding all things toward a glorious purpose. You see, you are never alone in your quiet moments. You are never forgotten in your struggle. In every second of your existence, my spirit is there, a constant, loving presence, watching over you, protecting you, and nudging you toward the path I have laid out for you. Feel this truth now. Breathe it in. Let the reality of my active presence fill you with a peace that the world cannot give. I am here. I'm moving. And I am doing it all for you. Therefore, I command you, fear not the unknown. Do not let your heart be troubled by the things you cannot see or understand. The enemy wants you to be afraid of the silence, to be terrified of the stillness, because it is in those moments that you can most clearly hear my voice. But I am the God of the unseen. I am the master of the mysteries. I orchestrate the stars in their courses, and I know the number of hairs on your head. Nothing happens by chance. Every event in your life, every door that opens and every door that closes, is part of a divine symphony that I am conducting. You may not see the entire orchestra, you may not understand the full composition, but you can trust the conductor. You can rest in the knowledge that I am working all things together for your good. Let go of your need to control, your desire to understand everything. Surrender your fears to me. Place them at my feet and let me replace them with an unshakable faith in my sovereign power. I want you to become sensitive to my leading. Begin to discern the stirrings within your own spirit, for they are the language I often use to speak to you. That sudden, unexplained urge to pray for someone, that feeling of peace that washes over you in a moment of chaos, that quiet conviction that you need to change a certain behavior. These are not random thoughts. These are my promptings. These are the gentle nudges of my spirit, guiding you, correcting you, and loving you. When you feel that inner pull, do not dismiss it. Do not rationalize it away. Pause. Listen. Acknowledge it. Say, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." The more you respond to these gentle promptings, the clearer my voice will become to you. You will develop a spiritual sensitivity, an ability to feel my presence and discern my will in your daily life. This is the beginning of a deeper, more intimate walk with me, a walk of constant communion and divine guidance. Your spirit is designed to connect with mine. Open that channel and let my wisdom flow into you. Trust in the divine tapestry I am weaving with your life. You, my child, see only one small part of it. You see the underside, with its tangled threads, its confusing knots, and its seemingly chaotic mix of colors. From your perspective, it might not make sense. You might see periods of darkness, threads of pain, and patterns of confusion. You might wonder if the weaver has forgotten you. But I see the masterpiece that is being created. I see the top side of the tapestry, where every thread has a perfect purpose, where every color works together to create a breathtaking image of strength, beauty, and grace. The dark threads of your struggles are necessary to make the bright threads of your victory shine even more brilliantly. Every single thread, seen and unseen, is placed with perfect love and infinite wisdom. Trust the process. Trust the weaver. Your life is not a random collection of events. It is a divine work of art, and when it is finished, it will be more beautiful than you could ever have hoped. And finally, my beloved, remember this: my power is limitless. It extends to the grandest corners of the cosmos and to the quietest, most hidden moments of your existence. My power is in the sunrise that breaks the darkness, and it is in the quiet tear that falls from your eye in prayer. It is in the thunderous declaration of my word, and it is in the gentle stirring you felt tonight. Do not underestimate what I can do in the silent, unseen moments. I am mending your heart while you sleep. I am rearranging circumstances in your favor while you go about your day. I am fighting spiritual battles on your behalf that you will never even know about. The movement you felt tonight was a powerful reminder that the Creator of the universe is intimately involved in the details of your life. I am your God, your Father, your protector, and my unseen hand is always at work for you. Embrace this truth and walk forward with the unshakable confidence that you are loved, you are guided, and you are held by a power that knows no limits. My beloved, that feeling you experienced, that quiet stir in the spiritual air, was your soul awakening to a truth it has always known but sometimes forgets. I am always with you. Think of it not as a distant thunderclap, but as a touch as soft as a feather, yet so profound it can change the course of your life. Tonight, that awakening may have brushed against your spirit, a gentle reminder of my nearness. Recognize, my precious one, that my presence is not always a blazing fire. Often, it is the quiet, steady warmth of embers glowing in the hearth of your heart. I am in the silence between your thoughts, in the peace that settles after a long day, in the unexpected moment of clarity that cuts through your confusion. My love for you is so vast that it does not need to shout to be heard. It manifests in these tender, unexpected ways, especially in the stillness of the night when the world is asleep and your soul is open and listening. I invite you now, open your heart wider to these gentle nudges. Do not be so busy, so distracted, so consumed by the cares of this world that you miss my quiet interventions. I am constantly communicating with you, sending you signs of my love, whispering truths to your spirit. When a beautiful memory brings a sudden smile to your face, that is my joy touching yours. When a sudden sense of peace calms your anxious mind, that is my peace enveloping you. Let this feeling, this realization that something moved, ignite within you a deeper, more passionate longing for my truth. Let it be the spark that sets your spirit ablaze with a desire to know me more, to walk with me more closely, to hear my voice more clearly. Do not let this moment fade away like a dream. Hold on to it. Hear it. It is a sacred gift, a divine appointment. Give thanks for these moments. Gratitude is the key that unlocks an even greater awareness of my presence. When you thank me for the subtle ways I move, you are telling your soul to pay attention, to look for me in the small things. You are tuning your spirit to my frequency. I want you to walk through your days with the constant assurance of my care. Every time you feel that gentle nudge, whisper a prayer of thanks. Thank me for the proof that I am with you, that I am guiding you, that I am loving you. These quiet interventions are the most powerful testament to my unwavering, personal, and intimate care for you. I am not a distant God watching from afar. I am here, in the midst of your life, in the stillness of your night, moving on your behalf, reminding you that you are mine, and I will never let you go. This is my promise. This is my presence. Awaken to it, my child, and let it transform you from the inside out. My precious one, let me reveal to you more about what moved tonight. He was my spirit, the very essence of my presence on earth, who touched you. He is the comforter I promised to send, the one who comes alongside you in your journey to guide, to teach, and to fill you with a peace that is not of this world. His touch is not like a human touch. It transcends physical sensation and speaks directly to the core of your being. He can bring a wave of calming peace in the middle of a storm of anxiety, or he can stir your heart with a divine restlessness that prompts you to seek me with greater passion. He is the very breath of God, breathing life into your weary soul and illuminating your mind with divine understanding. I want you to listen intently to that inner voice, the quiet knowing deep within you. It is often the Holy Spirit guiding your steps. He does not shout or force his way. He leads with gentle persuasion, with a quiet conviction that resonates with truth. When you are faced with a decision and you feel a deep, settled peace about one path, that is his confirmation. When you are about to say something unkind and you feel a check in your spirit, that is his gentle restraint. He is your divine counselor, your ever-present help, your direct link to the wisdom of heaven. Learn to trust that voice. Learn to distinguish it from the loud, confusing voices of fear, doubt, and the world. His voice will always lead you toward love, toward righteousness, and toward me. Embrace the stillness that often follows such a powerful, yet gentle, movement. When my spirit touches you, it creates a sacred space around you, a holy quiet where you can commune with me. Do not rush to fill that silence with noise or activity. Linger in it. Bathe in it. It is in that profound stillness that your spirit can receive the deepest revelations. It is there that my spirit can illuminate the hidden corners of your heart, revealing truths you need to understand, showing you areas that need healing, and comforting you in ways that human words never could. He knows your deepest hurts, your silent fears, your unspoken dreams. He is the one who takes your broken pieces and tenderly binds them together with my love, making you whole again. So I command you, child, yield to his gentle leading. When you feel his touch, surrender to it. Do not resist. Do not question. Just receive. He knows the path that leads to eternal joy and perfect understanding because he is a part of the one who created the path. He will never lead you astray. He will only lead you deeper into my love, deeper into your purpose, and deeper into the abundant life I have planned for you. The movement you felt was not a random occurrence. It was a divine invitation from my Holy Spirit. He is knocking on the door of your heart, asking to come in and have fellowship with you. Open the door, welcome him in, and let him do a mighty work within you. Let his gentle touch be the beginning of a lifelong journey of transformation, led by the very Spirit of God. My child, understand this. When something moves in your spirit, when you feel that divine touch, it is more than just a fleeting experience. It is a divine summons. It is my voice calling you out of the shallows of a casual belief and into the deep waters of a radical, all-consuming faith. Your faith was never meant to be a stagnant pond, still and unchanging. No, I designed your faith to be a living, breathing river, constantly moving, constantly carving new paths, and ever flowing toward the vast ocean of my grace. The movement you felt tonight was a current from me, designed to stir the waters of your belief, to break up any complacency, and to pull you further into the depths of trust and reliance upon me. I command you, look beyond the immediate sensation. Do not just marvel at the feeling and then move on. Seek the spiritual significance of this moment. Ask yourself, what is my God saying to me? What is he calling me to do? This experience is a catalyst I have sent to provoke a response, to call you to a greater reliance on my unfailing promises. You have my word, filled with thousands of promises that are all yes and amen in Christ Jesus. But promises are only activated by faith. The stirring you felt is me highlighting my faithfulness, reminding you that I am a God who keeps his word, and inviting you to stand more firmly on those promises than you do on the solid ground you walk on. Let this divine touch be an opportunity to strengthen your bond with your Creator. Every time I reach out to you is an invitation to reach back. I am not looking for a one-time acknowledgement. I am seeking an ongoing relationship, a daily walk of trust and surrender. When I move in your life, I am showing you that I am real, that I am present, and that I am powerful. Your response should be to draw closer, to dedicate more of your time to me, to pour out your heart more honestly in prayer, and to listen more intently for my voice. Faith is not a leap in the dark. It is a step into the arms of a Father you know and trust. And every time I move, I am revealing a little more of myself to you, giving you more reason to trust me completely. So respond to me now with an open and seeking heart. I reward those who earnestly seek me. Your search for me delights my heart. Do not be passive in your spiritual life. Be an active seeker, a passionate pursuer of your God. Let tonight be a turning point. Make a decision now that you will no longer be content with a surface-level faith. Declare that you will dive deep, that you will trust me more than your own understanding, that you will believe my promises even when circumstances scream the opposite. This is the faith that moves mountains. This is the faith that parts seas. This is the faith that pleases your heavenly Father. The movement you felt was a call to this kind of audacious faith. Answer the call, my child. Step into the deep, and I will meet you there. Listen closely, my beloved, for there is a purpose in every whisper. Perhaps the movement tonight, that gentle stirring in your soul, was my hand preparing you for the path that lies ahead, a path that is currently unseen to your mortal eyes. You cannot know what tomorrow holds, with its hidden challenges and its unexpected turns. But I know. I am already in your tomorrow, and the day after, and all the days after that. I am the God who goes before you, preparing the way, smoothing the rough edges, and making the crooked paths straight. The stirring you felt was me preparing the soil of your heart, making it ready to receive the seeds of strength and wisdom you will need for the next season of your journey. I am your guide, your protector, the one who walks with you through every valley. Before you ever face a trial, I have already been there, orchestrating every detail with perfect wisdom and love. I am lining up the resources you will need, ranging for the right people to cross your path, and building a resilience within your spirit that will enable you to stand firm. Do not look at the future with fear or anxiety. The enemy wants you to be terrified of what you cannot see, to be paralyzed by the what-ifs. But I command you to replace that fear with faith. Trust that your loving Father is meticulously planning every step of your journey. The movement you felt was my reassurance, a quiet promise that I am in control and that I am making all things ready for you. You must trust in my timing. My ways are not your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. You may want answers now. You may desire to see the full path laid out before you, but I reveal my plans in due season, not a moment too soon and not a moment too late. Your part is to walk in faith today, to be obedient in this present moment, knowing that I am taking care of your future. If I revealed everything at once, the weight of it might be too much for you to bear. So I give you grace for today, and I prepare you for tomorrow. The stirring in your spirit is part of that preparation. It is me strengthening your foundation, deepening your roots, so that when the winds of the next season blow, you will not be shaken. Therefore, be ready to embrace the new beginnings that I am unfolding before you. A chapter of your life may be closing, but a new, more glorious chapter is about to begin. Do not cling to the past. Do not mourn what is ending. Look forward with hopeful anticipation, for I am doing a new thing. Can you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. The preparation you feel now is for this new season of growth, blessing, and purpose. Rest in the profound assurance that every step you take, every breath you breathe, is ordered by my divine purpose. The God who moved in your spirit tonight is the same God who holds your future in the palm of his hand. Be at peace, my child. I'm preparing the way. My child, I'm preparing the path ahead for you, unveiling mysteries just for your heart. Does it not grieve me to see you turn away now, just as I begin to show you the beautiful things I have planned? Do not silence my voice when I yearn to give you so much more. Today, let me finish what I have started in you. My precious child, come into my presence. Let my peace wash over you. It is possible that the movement you felt, this brush with the divine, brought with it a sense of awe so profound that it felt like unease, or even a sliver of fear. This is normal. The fight coming into contact with the infinite will always be an overwhelming experience. But I want you to know, with every fiber of your being, that my comfort surrounds you like a warm, protective embrace. If you feel uncertain, if you feel small in the face of this great mystery, lean into me. Let me be your strength and your solace. In your moments of uncertainty, I am your steadfast anchor. When the waves of confusion and doubt threaten to pull you under, my presence holds you firm, keeping you from being swept away. I command you now, lean not on your own understanding. Your mind will try to analyze and categorize this experience, to fit me into a box that it can comprehend. But I am bigger than your thoughts, greater than your logic. Surrender your need to understand everything and simply rest in my eternal wisdom, which transcends all doubt and confusion. Trusting me does not mean you will have all the answers. It means you are secure in the arms of the one who is the answer. I am the God who calms the storm. Remember when my disciples were terrified in the boat, tossed about by the raging wind and waves? I spoke 3 words, peace, be still, and the chaos ceased. I speak those same words to your troubled soul tonight. Peace, be still. Let every anxious thought, every fearful question, every trace of uncertainty become calm in the face of my sovereign command. The storm within you is no match for the power of my voice. Breathe in my peace and breathe out your fears. Let my love do what only it can do. But perfect love casts out all fear. Fear and love cannot occupy the same space. Fear is a liar. It tells you that you are alone, that you are unprotected, that you are at the mercy of a chaotic world. But my love speaks the truth. My love declares that you are never alone, that you are completely protected, and that your life is held securely in the hands of a loving Father. When fear tries to whisper its lies to you, I want you to drown it out with the truth of my love. Declare it out loud, God loves me, and I have nothing to fear. Feel the power in those words. Feel the darkness retreat as you proclaim the light of my love over your life. My comfort is not just a nice feeling. It is a powerful spiritual reality that shatters the chains of fear and anxiety. Find solace in this unshakable knowledge, my child. You are never, ever alone. I am always with you, holding you, comforting you, and loving you with an everlasting love. My child, you live in a world that screams for your attention. It bombards you with noise, with endless distractions, with a constant clamor of opinions and demands that leave your spirit frayed and your mind exhausted. But I tell you a profound truth. True understanding, the revelation your soul craves, is rarely found in the whirlwind. It is found in the sacred stillness, in the quiet moments like the one you experienced tonight when something moved. I am not in the business of shouting over the noise of the world. I am the God who speaks in a still, small voice. I invite you, I command you, to seek me in the silence. Carve out moments in your day to simply be quiet before me. Turn off the world so you can tune into the whispers of heaven. It is there, in the quiet sanctuary of a surrendered heart, that I unveil my deepest truths. I want you to ponder the insights that gently surface in these moments of quiet reflection. When you still your soul before me, thoughts and ideas will begin to rise that are not your own. A sudden sense of clarity about a problem, a new perspective on a difficult relationship, a deep and comforting assurance of my love. These are not random mental events. These are fragments of my divine wisdom, delivered by my spirit directly to yours. Treat these thoughts as precious jewels. Do not cast them aside. Write them down. Meditate on them. They are my love letters to you, my personal instructions for your journey. Understand that I tailor every revelation to your heart's capacity and your spirit's readiness. I will not overwhelm you. I give you what you can handle, one precious piece of truth at a time, building you up, strengthening you, and guiding you step by step into the fullness of my plan for you. You must cherish these moments of spiritual clarity. They are gifts from my throne, more valuable than all the treasures of this earth. The world offers you information, but I offer you revelation. The world offers you knowledge, but I offer you wisdom. The world offers you fleeting opinions, but I offer you eternal truth. The light of my truth has the power to penetrate the deepest, darkest corners of your being. It exposes the lies you have believed about yourself and about me. It heals the wounds that you have hidden from everyone else. It brings order to your confusion and illuminates the path before you. Allow this light to flood your soul. Do not be afraid of what it might reveal. My truth is always sent with my love, and its purpose is always to set you free. The movement you felt tonight was me turning on a light in the room of your spirit. Do not run from it. Walk into it, and let it show you the glorious truths I have waiting for you. My child, let us speak of the inner world I have placed within you. For sometimes, What moved tonight was the gentle stirring of your own conscience, personally guided and illuminated by my Holy Spirit. I have woven into the very fabric of your being a moral compass, an innate sense of right and wrong that points you toward me. It is a gift, a sacred guide designed to keep you on the path of blessing and to protect you from the pain and destruction that comes from straying from my ways. When you feel that inner check, that quiet sense of unease after a thought, a word, or an action, that is the whisper of your conscience, amplified by my love. It is not my voice of condemnation. It is my loving voice of correction, calling you back to the safety of my will. I invite you, listen to that inner conviction. In a world that celebrates blurring the lines and justifying every desire, I call you to a higher standard. I call you to a life of integrity, a life where your actions align with the truth you hold in your heart. When your conscience speaks, do not argue with it. Do not try to silence it or bury it under a mountain of excuses. Acknowledge its truth. That gentle whisper is my grace in action, a divine intervention to keep your heart soft and your spirit pure. Responding to the call for righteousness is not a burden. It is the path to freedom. Every time you choose to align your actions with my will, you are strengthening your spirit and opening yourself up to a greater flow of my peace and power in your life. Know this, and let it banish all fear. My grace is more than enough to empower you to overcome every shortcoming. I do not show you an area of weakness to shame you. I reveal it so that you can bring it to me and allow me to transform it with my strength. When your conscience points out a failing, do not despair. Instead, see it as an invitation to experience my forgiveness and my power in a new and deeper way. Come to me with a humble and repentant heart. Confess your failing and receive the cleansing that I so freely offer. My forgiveness is not a temporary patch. It is a deep, supernatural cleansing that washes your soul and makes you new. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Your struggles are not a sign of my rejection. They are an opportunity for you to witness my strength. Therefore, I command you, do not harden your heart to these quiet promptings toward humility. A hard heart cannot hear my voice. A proud spirit cannot receive my grace. But a soft, contrite heart is a place where I love to dwell. When you feel the nudge of your conscience, embrace it. Thank me for it. It is a sign of my profound love for you, a sign that I care too much to let you wander down a path that leads to pain. Embrace the liberating power of my forgiveness. As you release your mistakes to me, I release you from the guilt and shame that have held you captive. This, my child, is the path of the righteous, not a path of perfection, but a path of continual, humble repentance and glorious, unending restoration. My beloved, I want you to lift your eyes from the inner world of your spirit and look at the world of your circumstances. The movement you felt may have been the tangible result of my direct intervention in your life. I am not a passive observer, my child. I am an active participant, the author of your story, and my hand is constantly guiding the events of your life for your ultimate good. I want you to begin recognizing my authorship in the seemingly coincidental turns of your life. That person you happened to meet, that opportunity that came out of nowhere, that unexpected solution to a problem you thought was impossible. These are not accidents. These are divine appointments. These are the fingerprints of my grace, the evidence of my loving intervention on your behalf. I command you to trust that I am actively working for you, even when, and especially when, the path is unclear. There will be times when your circumstances seem confusing, when nothing makes sense from your limited perspective. It is in these times that your faith is forged. It is easy to trust me when you can see my hand, but blessed are you who trust me when you can only feel the subtle movement in the dark. Know that I am redirecting your steps, closing doors that would have led to harm, and opening doors that will lead to blessing, even when you mourn the closing of a door you thought was right for you. I see the whole picture. You see only a single frame. Trust my divine perspective. Give me the glory and the praise for the ways I subtly guide you. Remember my promise to you, a promise that is as true today as it was the moment I spoke it through my prophet Jeremiah. My plans for you are for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Let this promise be the bedrock of your confidence. Every intervention, every redirection, every closed and opened door is filtered through this loving intention. I will never do anything to harm you. I will only ever act for your good, to bring you into the hopeful future I have designed for you. When events unfold that you do not understand, repeat this promise to your soul until it becomes more real to you than your own confusion. My intentions toward you are only and always good. Rest, therefore, in this profound assurance. No obstacle is too great for my intervention. There is no problem in your life that is bigger than my power. There is no financial hardship, no relational strife, no physical ailment, no emotional despair that can stand against my mighty hand. The same power that parted the Red Sea, that caused the walls of Jericho to fall, that raised my son from the grave, is the power that is at work in your life today. The movement you felt tonight was a sign, a token of this power. It was a ripple from the ocean of my might, touching the shore of your life to let you know that I am here, I am able, and I am intervening on your behalf. Be still and know that I am God, and I will move heaven and earth for the child that I love. My child, let us broaden your vision for a moment. I want you to feel the true scale of what is happening. For tonight's movement, that subtle stirring in your world, serves as a powerful and intimate reminder of my ultimate, sovereign control over all of creation. From the spinning of the most distant galaxy to the beating of your own heart, nothing occurs outside of my divine oversight. I hold all things in my mighty and loving hand. The world may feel chaotic to you. The news may scream of turmoil. The circumstances of your life may feel unpredictable and out of control. But I tell you, this is an illusion. Behind the curtain of what you can see, there is a divine order, a perfect plan being executed by the one who created all things. I command you, release your anxieties into my care. Your worrying does not add a single hour to your life. It only robs you of the peace I died to give you. When you try to control every outcome, when you fret about the future, you are essentially trying to take my place. You are trying to be the God of your own life, and that is a burden you were never meant to carry. Surrender it. Find peace in relinquishing control to the one who is infinitely wise, infinitely powerful, and infinitely loving. The peace that comes from surrendering to my sovereignty is a peace that surpasses all human understanding. It is a deep, abiding rest that comes from knowing that your life is not a series of random accidents, but a divinely guided journey under the watchful eye of your King. Praise me for my wisdom and power. Look around you. See the miracle of a sunrise, the intricate design of a flower, the unwavering rhythm of the seasons. These are all testimonies to my power and my faithfulness. I govern the entire universe with flawless precision, and yet my focus is also intensely personal. That same wisdom and power that holds the stars in place is the same wisdom and power that is governing your individual life. I am not a God who is too busy running the cosmos to be concerned with your daily struggles. You are the apple of my eye. Your life, your heart, your future are my priority. Praising me for my power shifts your focus from the size of your problems to the size of your God. So find your ultimate peace in this. The movement you felt tonight was a personal echo of a universal truth. I am in control. You can rest. You can cease your striving. you can let go of the frantic need to figure everything out. My perfect plan and my unwavering purpose are at work. You do not need to understand the mystery to trust the one who holds it. Acknowledge that even in the most confusing and mysterious moments of your life, my hand is always working, weaving all things together for the good of those who love me. The stirring you felt was me pulling back the curtain for a split second to remind you, I've got this. I got you. Rest in my sovereignty, my child. It is your safest and most peaceful place. Just as my sovereign hand moved to bring order to your chaos, your hand can now move to bring my peace to another soul lost in confusion. You have felt my presence, and your heart asks how you can be part of this mission. This is it. Every super thanks or membership you sow becomes a seed of my divine order planted in a life of turmoil. I said, it is more blessed to give than to receive, and when you act on my word, I will pour out a blessing of peace upon your own household. This moment is not random. It is your chance to partner with me. For those who wish to give through other means, the PayPal links await you in the description. Thou act, give, and watch as I use your faith to calm another storm. I have just opened the heavens to show you my sovereign hand, which holds your life in perfect peace. My heart aches at the thought that you would choose to walk back into the noise of the world now, leaving our conversation unfinished. Will you truly leave me waiting when there is more comfort I must give you? Listen. My beloved, my precious child, come to me. I see you. I see your weariness. I know the silent battles you have been fighting, the heavy burdens you have been carrying in the secret place of your heart. I know there are days when your strength fails, when it feels like you cannot take another step. So if the movement you felt tonight brought with it a sudden, unexplainable surge of strength or a flicker of renewed hope, know that it was me. It was my direct encouragement for your weary soul, a divine infusion of my power into your spirit. I see your struggles, and I will not leave you to face them alone. I am ever near to uplift you, to restore you, and to breathe new life into your tired heart. I command you, do not grow faint. Do not lose heart. The journey is long, and at times, it is difficult. But you are not walking it in your own power. My promise to you is this: my strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you come to the end of your own resources, you arrive at the very beginning of mine. Your weakness is not a liability. It is an invitation for my power to show up in a mighty way in your life. Stop striving in your own strength. Stop pretending you have it all together. Come to me in your weakness, admit your need, and watch as I fill you with a strength that is not of this world. I want you to draw deeply from the wellspring of my grace, for it is an endless supply. It never runs dry. My grace is my unmerited, undeserved favor, but it is also my divine empowerment. It is the spiritual energy you need to do what you cannot do on your own. When you feel empty, come to me and I will fill you. When you feel overwhelmed, come to me and I will give you peace. When you feel too weak to go on, come to me and I will be your strength. Allow my presence to be a cool, refreshing stream to your parched spirit. Let my love wash over you, cleansing you of your weariness and renewing your hope for tomorrow. The stirring you felt was a taste from that wellspring, a reminder of the endless supply of strength that is available to you at all times. And remember my ultimate promise, the one that stands firm through every storm and every trial. I will never leave you nor forsake you. There is no place you can go where my presence will not follow. There is no depth of despair so deep that my arm cannot reach you. There is no weariness so profound that my love cannot revive you. You may feel alone, but you are not. You may feel forgotten, but you are not. I am with you. I am for you. I am in you. Let this assurance be the anchor for your soul. The movement tonight was a tangible reminder of this promise, a whisper from heaven straight to your heart, saying, I am here, my child, and I will not let you fall. Hold on to that. It is the truest thing you know. My beloved child, let me speak to you now about the path you are on. The subtle shifting you felt in the quiet of the night, that sense that something had moved, was my loving guidance upon your life. Imagine a shepherd on a hillside, watching over his flock. If one of his precious sheep begins to wander toward a hidden cliff or a thorny patch, he does not shout at it from a distance. He comes close and uses his staff to apply a gentle pressure, a slight nudge, to guide it back to the safe path. My child, I am your good shepherd, and you are the lamb I cherish. The movement you felt was the gentle touch of my staff, a loving course correction, a divine redirection to keep you safe and guide you toward the green pastures I have prepared for you. I command you, in all your ways, seek my counsel. Your human understanding is a wonderful gift, but it is limited. It can only see so far. It cannot perceive the hidden dangers or the glorious opportunities that lie just around the bend. My wisdom, however, is infinite. I see the beginning from the end. I know the perfect path for you, the one that leads to true fulfillment, joy, and purpose. So before you make a decision, before you choose a direction, pause and bring it to me. Ask for my guidance. In the stillness, listen for my leading. I promise I will answer you. I will give you the wisdom you need. Do not lean on your own limited understanding when you have free access to the limitless wisdom of your Creator. I have given you a divine compass to help you navigate your journey, the inner peace that comes from my Spirit. When you are walking in my will, there will be a deep, unshakable peace in your soul, even if your external circumstances are turbulent. When you are straying from my path, you will feel a restlessness and inner turmoil, a lack of peace. Learn to trust this inner compass. Follow the peace. If a decision brings you a profound sense of peace, you can walk forward confidently, knowing it is my confirmation. If a decision creates anxiety and confusion in your spirit, pause and seek my face until you have clarity. My presence is your true north. My peace is your sure guide. Let it be the deciding factor in your choices. Trust me to illuminate the path before you. I know there are times when you feel like you are walking through a dark valley, unable to see even the next step. It is in these moments that your faith becomes your eyes. You may not see the entire staircase, but I am lighting up the very next step for you to take. Be attentive to the small signs, the quiet confirmations I provide along your journey. A word from a friend, a verse of scripture that seems to leap off the page, a recurring thought that brings peace. These are my lanterns in your valley. Walk confidently, my child. Walk with the assurance that your steps are being ordered by me. The guidance you felt tonight was a promise that I am lighting the way. You do not have to find the path on your own. Just hold my hand, and I will lead you home. Come closer, my child. Let me speak to the part of you that you hide from the world, the part that aches in secret. For it is possible that what moved tonight was something deeper still. It may have been the very beginning of a gentle, divine healing for the wounds you carry deep within your spirit. I am your God, but I am also the great healer. I am Jehovah Rapha, the Lord who heals you. I do not just heal bodies. I specialize in healing the brokenhearted. I see the hidden places of your soul where pain from the past has taken root. I see the bruises left by harsh words, the scars from betrayal, the quiet anguish you carry from disappointments and loss. You may have thought these wounds were permanent, that you would have to carry them forever. But I tell you, there is no wound so deep that my love cannot heal it. I invite you now, I gently command you, bring your pain to me. Stop trying to manage it on your own. Stop pretending it isn't there. You cannot heal a wound by ignoring it. You must bring it into the light. In the safety of my presence, I want you to entrust me with your sorrow and burden your heart. Show me the broken places. Do not be afraid. I will not handle your wounds with judgment, but with infinite compassion and tenderness. I am the one who can take the shattered pieces of your heart and, with my nail-scarred hands, mend them back together, making your heart stronger and more beautiful than it was before. My love is the only balm that can truly soothe the hidden anguish you carry. Allow my comforting presence to be your medicine. As you sit with me in the quiet, I want you to visualize my love as a warm, golden light flowing into every part of your being. See it entering the dark, wounded places of your soul. See it cleansing away the infection of bitterness, washing away the residue of grief, and filling the empty places with my light and my life. This is not just a pleasant thought. It is a spiritual reality. My presence carries a tangible healing power. The more time you spend soaking in my love, the more you will find the pain lessening, the memories losing their sharp edges, and a new sense of wholeness dawning in your spirit. Trust in this restorative power. Believe that I can make you whole. Embrace the journey of healing. It is often a process, not an instantaneous event. There may be layers of pain to work through, and it requires patience and courage. But you are not on this journey alone. I am with you, holding your hand every step of the way. I will never give you more than you can handle, and I will be your strength when you feel weak. The movement you felt tonight may have been me touching a deep, hidden wound for the very first time, beginning the process of making you whole. It may have been uncomfortable, but it with a touch of a loving physician. Trust me. Yield to the process. For I promise you a future free from the chains of your past, a future where your scars become a testimony to the incredible, restorative, and healing power of my compassionate love. My child, do you know how powerful your prayers are? Do you understand what happens in the heavens when you come to me with a sincere and trusting heart? I want you to consider that what moved tonight, that subtle shift in the spiritual atmosphere around you, may have been the quiet, initial manifestation of my answer to your earnest prayers. You have been crying out to me. You have been pouring out your petitions, your hopes, and your tears at my feet. Do not ever think for a moment that those prayers fall on deaf ears. I hear every single one. I treasure every word. I catch every tear in a bottle, and I respond. The movement you felt was the first tremor of my answer beginning to break through into your reality. I want you to know this. I am a God who answers prayer. It is my nature. It is my delight. I am not a reluctant king who must be convinced to help his subjects. I am a loving father who eagerly awaits the sound of his children's voices. When you pray, you are not just speaking words into the air. You are engaging in a divine communion that moves my hand. Your faith-filled prayers are a spiritual force that unleashes my power into your circumstances. They are the key that unlocks the storehouses of heaven. Keep praying, my child. I command you, pray without ceasing. Do not grow weary. Do not lose heart if the answer doesn't come immediately or in the way you expect. My timing is perfect, and my ways are higher than your ways. Give me thanks for the subtle answers. So often, my children look for the grand, spectacular miracle, and they miss the thousand small, subtle ways I am answering them every single day. I may not have sent the earthquake yet, but I sent a gentle breeze. I may not have parted the sea yet, but I have provided a small bow. The answer you are seeking is often a process, a series of small movements and divine interventions that lead to the final breakthrough. Begin to look for these. Discern my hand in the small shifts, the quiet provisions, the coincidental conversations. And when you see them, give me praise. Thanking me for the small answers builds the faith you need to receive the big ones. It demonstrates that you are paying attention and that you trust my process. Rest in the confidence that my faithfulness extends to every promise I have made. If you have prayed according to my will and according to my word, you can have absolute confidence that the answer is on its way. The enemy will try to sow seeds of doubt in the time between your prayer and its fulfillment. He will whisper that I haven't heard you, that I don't care, that your prayer wasn't powerful enough. You must stand against those lies with the truth of my character. I am faithful, I am good, and I answer my children. The movement you felt tonight was a confirmation from heaven, a divine signal to your spirit, saying, I have heard you. The answer is in motion. Stand firm, and you will see the salvation of the Lord. Believe it, my child. Your prayers have been heard, and they are being answered. My precious child, did the stirring you felt tonight feel like a spark deep within your soul? Did it feel like a light being switched on in a room that had been dark for a long time? It is very possible that what moved it tonight was the renewal of my divine purpose for your life. Listen to me. You are not a random collection of atoms. You are not a cosmic accident. Before the foundations of the world were laid, I knew you. I called you by name, and I designed you with a unique and glorious purpose in mind. There is a specific assignment on this earth that has your name on it, a calling that only you can fulfill. For a season, perhaps you have lost sight of that purpose. Perhaps the cares of life have clouded your vision. The movement you felt was me, your Creator, reigniting that sense of divine destiny within you. I command you, seek clarity on your calling. Your purpose is not some impossibly complex puzzle you must solve on your own. It is intricately woven into the very fabric of who I made you to be. What are you passionate about? What breaks your heart? What are the unique gifts and talents I have bestowed upon you? These are the clues to your calling. Your purpose will always be found at the intersection of your greatest passion and the world's greatest need. Ask me to show you. Ask me for clarity. I delight in revealing my will to a seeking heart. I will confirm it through my word, through the counsel of wise believers, and through the peace in your own spirit. Embrace the gifts I have given you. Do not belittle them or compare them to the gifts of others. The talents I have placed within you, whether they seem great or small in your own eyes, were given to you for a reason. They are the tools I have equipped you with to fulfill your divine assignment. Your purpose is not to be someone else. It is to be the most authentic, fully realized version of the person I created you to be. Are you a gifted encourager? Then your purpose is to breathe life into weary souls. Do you have a talent for bringing order out of chaos? Then your purpose is to create spaces of peace and efficiency. Every gift you possess is meant to be used for my glory and for the blessing of others. Do not bury your talents in the ground out of fear or insecurity. Use them, and watch as I multiply their impact. Allow this renewed sense of purpose to ignite a fire in your spirit. Let it give you a reason to get out of bed every morning with passion and determination. Your life is not meaningless. It has profound, eternal significance. When you walk in your God-given purpose, you are co-laboring with me in my grand, redemptive plan for all of creation. You become a beacon of my light, a conduit of my love, a testament to my goodness in a dark and watching world. The stirring you felt tonight was your wake-up call. It was a divine alarm, rousing you from any spiritual slumber. Your King has an assignment for you. Walk confidently in the path I have set before you. Your life matters to me more than you will ever know. I have just begun to rekindle the divine fire of purpose within you, the very reason you were created. To stop listening now is to tell me that the calling I have placed upon your life does not matter. It saddens your Father to think you would abandon this moment of anointing. Do not turn from your own destiny. Stay with me. Now listen with spiritual ears, my child, for this is a truth that sets the prisoner free. Perhaps what moved tonight, that powerful and definitive shift you felt, was the sound of a chain breaking. Perhaps it was a loosening of a spiritual bondage that has held you captive for far too long. I am Jehovah, your liberator, and my very nature is to set the captives free. The enemy, your adversary, seeks to entangle you. He uses fear, shame, addiction, unforgiveness, and negative thought patterns as chains to keep you from walking in the glorious freedom I have destined for you. But I declare to you tonight, those chains are no match for my power. The movement you felt was the force of my authority shattering a stronghold in your life. I command you, stand firm in the freedom that I have purchased for you. This freedom was not cheap. It was bought with the most precious price in the universe, the blood of my Son, Jesus Christ. On the cross, he triumphed over all the powers of darkness. He disarmed the principalities and powers and made a public spectacle of them. His victory is your victory. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from a position of victory. When the enemy tries to put those old chains back on you, you do not have to accept them. You have been redeemed. You have been set free. You are a child of the King, and the Son is free indeed. Resist the enemy's attempts to entangle you again. After a chain is broken, the adversary will often try to convince you that you are still bound. He will whisper the old lies, trigger the old fears, and tempt you with the old patterns. You must stand your ground. Wield the sword of the Spirit, which is my word. When he whispers a lie, you must speak my truth. When he brings a temptation, you must declare your freedom in Christ. You are no longer a slave to sin. You are no longer a prisoner of fear. You have been transferred from the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of my beloved Son. Live like it. Walk like it. Talk like it. Your freedom is a reality that you must enforce with your faith. So give me praise. Give me glory for breaking every stronghold and leading you into the abundant life. Praise is a weapon that sends the enemy fleeing. When you lift your voice in praise for your deliverance, you are reaffirming my victory and your freedom. You are reminding the powers of darkness that they have no authority over you. You are celebrating the goodness and power of your liberator. Walk now in the light of my truth, for that light dispels all shadows and brings true, lasting liberty. The ground beneath you has shifted. A chain has fallen. Step out of that prison, my child, and walk into the glorious freedom of the children of God. You are free. My child, let us speak now of the doubts that have lingered in the quiet corners of your mind. You have asked me, in moments of uncertainty, am I on the right path? Am I truly called by you? Do I have what it takes? If these questions have troubled your spirit, then know that the movement tonight might have been my divine and personal confirmation of your unique and unrepeatable calling. I do not call my children and then leave them in a state of confusion. I affirm my chosen ones. I provide clear signs. I give a deep inner peace, and I move in their spirits to reassure them of the path I have set before them. What you felt was my hand on your shoulder, my whisper in your soul, saying, "Yes, you are mine. And yes, this is the way. Walk in it." I command you, trust the inner witness of my Spirit. He is the ultimate confirmation, the divine testimony that resides within you, bearing witness to your true purpose and identity in me. The world may question you. Your own mind may try to disqualify you based on your past mistakes or present weaknesses. But my Spirit speaks a deeper truth. He reminds you that you were chosen not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. He affirms that your calling is secure, not because of your own strength, but because of my grace that is upon you. When feelings of doubt arise, learn to quiet your own thoughts and listen for His peaceful, steady voice within. It will always testify to your true identity as my chosen and beloved child. Embrace the assignment I have given you. It is a holy and sacred trust. I have perfectly suited it to your unique design. Do not look at the calling of another and wish it were yours. Their path is not your path. Your assignment is not your assignment. I have handcrafted a purpose for you that fits you perfectly. The gifts I have given you, the passions I have placed in your heart, the experiences you have walked through, all of it has been part of your preparation for this specific calling. To reject your assignment is to reject the very way I have made you. But to embrace it, to step into it with faith and obedience, is to find the deepest fulfillment and joy your soul will ever know. Therefore, step out in faith. Confirmation is not given so that you can remain stationary. It is given to propel you into action. Knowing that I have called you and confirmed you should fill you with a holy boldness. You do not have to be afraid of failure, for I will equip you for every single task I set before you. Where you are weak, I will be strong. Where you lack wisdom, I will provide it. Where you feel inadequate, my grace will be more than sufficient. The movement you felt tonight was your divine validation. It was your commissioning. Now, live boldly for my glory. Walk confidently in your calling. The King has confirmed your purpose. Now go forth and fulfill it with all your heart, for I am with you always. My precious child, I want to open your eyes to a reality that is all around you, yet unseen. For sometimes, when you feel a shift in the room, when you sense a presence you cannot explain, when something moved, it is because my heavenly hosts, the mighty angels, were ministering to you on my command. The spiritual realm is more real, more solid, than the physical world your senses perceive. You are not simply a physical being living in a physical world. You are a spiritual being, and you are part of a grand, cosmic story filled with wonders you have yet to see. Tonight, you may have felt the slightest ripple from the movement of this unseen world. I have not left you alone or undefended in your journey on this earth. I send my messengers, my powerful warrior angels, to protect and serve my children according to my perfect will. They are flames of fire, ministers of my power, sent forth to encamp around those who fear me. When you pray, they are dispatched. When you face danger, they stand guard. When you are weary, they come to strengthen you. The movement you felt could have been the gentle disturbance of the air as an angel passed by, having completed a task on your behalf, or having arrived to stand watch over you as you sleep. I command you, become aware of this spiritual reality. Do not be ignorant of the forces at play around you. Your battles are not merely against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces of darkness. But you must also know that those who are with you are far greater and far more numerous than those who are against you. The armies of heaven are ever at my command, and their charge is to watch over you. Give me thanks for these unseen guardians. Thank me for the protection you are receiving that you are not even aware of. Thank me for the battles that are being fought and won on your behalf in the spiritual realm. This awareness should not bring you fear. It should fill you with an incredible sense of security and peace. Rest, my beloved, in the knowledge that you are constantly watched over by my divine presence and by my heavenly messengers. You are the child of the King of Heaven, and you have a royal guard. The God who commands legions of angels is the same God who calls you his own. You are never alone. You are never vulnerable. The space you occupy is holy ground, filled with a power and a presence that the world cannot see. The stirring you felt tonight was a glimpse behind the veil, a loving reminder that you are part of something so much bigger than yourself, and that you are cherished and protected by the full might of heaven. Sleep in peace, for the hosts of heaven are standing guard. My child, let us speak now of the heart. For if the movement you felt tonight was a quiet, persistent stirring, a sense of inner unease that you cannot quite name, it may have been my spirit prompting you towards the sacred and freeing act of forgiveness. In the journey of your life, you have been wounded. People have spoken words that cut you, taken actions that betrayed you, and left scars upon your soul. It is easy to hold on to that pain, to build a fortress of bitterness and resentment around your heart, believing it will protect you. But I tell you the truth, that fortress does not protect you, it imprisons you. Unforgiveness is a heavy chain that binds you to the past and prevents you from moving forward into the future I have for you. I command you today, with all the love in my being, release the burdens of bitterness. Let go of the resentment that has been a poison to your soul. I know it is difficult. I know your pain is real and your hurt is justified. But you must understand this. Forgiveness is not primarily a gift you give to the person who hurt you. It is a gift you give to yourself. It is the act of cutting the chain that binds you to them. It is for your own freedom. As long as you harbor unforgiveness, you are allowing the person who hurt you in the past to continue hurting you in the present. The stirring you felt was my spirit, showing you the lock on that chain and handing you the key. You must extend grace to others, just as I have poured out an endless ocean of grace upon you. Think of the immensity of your own sin, the countless times you have fallen short, the ways you have grieved my heart. And yet, when you came to me, did I turn you away? Did I demand that you earn my forgiveness? No. I embraced you. I cleansed you. I forgave you completely and remembered your sin no more. This is the grace you have received, and it is this same grace that I empower you to extend to others. You cannot do it in your own strength. Your human nature will want to hold on to the hurt. But as you yield to me, I will pour my love through you, a love that is powerful enough to soften your heart and enable you to let go of every past wound. Embrace the liberating power of forgiveness. When you choose to forgive, you are not saying that what happened was okay. You are simply saying that you will no longer allow it to control your life. You are taking the authority back from your offender and placing your pain into the hands of the only one who can truly heal it, me. You are releasing them to me, the righteous judge, and you are freeing yourself to walk in peace. Forgiveness opens the door to a deeper, more intimate communion with me. A heart clogged with bitterness cannot fully receive the love I want to pour into it. The prompting you felt tonight is an invitation to cleanse your heart, to make room for more of me. Answer that call. Choose to forgive, and step into the glorious freedom and profound peace that I have waiting for you. My child, I am your loving Father, and like any good father, I not only comfort you in your present struggles, but I also prepare you for your future challenges. It is possible that what moved tonight, that infusion of quiet strength into your spirit, was my divine preparation, strengthening your soul for trials that are yet to come. I do not show you this to make you afraid, but to make you ready. A wise commander strengthens his army not on the day of the battle, but in the days of peace leading up to it. The movement you felt was me reinforcing your spirit, building a holy resilience within you, and equipping you for the victories that lie ahead. I equip my children for every challenge. I know the path that lies before you. I know every mountain you will have to climb, every river you will have to cross, and every battle you will have to fight. And I promise you, I will never allow you to face a challenge for which I have not first provided the strength. Your life is a journey of growth, and trials are the very soil in which your faith grows strongest. Do not see them as punishments, but as opportunities. They are my divine gymnasium, where your spiritual muscles are developed. The stirring you felt was me calling you to a new level of spiritual training, preparing you to handle greater challenges and, consequently, to receive greater blessings. I command you, do not despair in the face of adversity. When a trial comes, and it will, do not think that I have abandoned you. It is often in the fiercest storms that my presence is felt most powerfully. It is in the refining fire that your faith is purified and comes forth as pure gold. Trust that every experience I allow in your life is filtered through my love and is designed to refine you, to strengthen you, and to draw you ever closer to my heart. I am more interested in your character than your comfort, and it is through facing and overcoming trials that your character is molded into the beautiful image of my Son. Lean on me when your own strength fails. You will have moments when you feel you cannot go on. It is in these very moments that my power is perfected in your weakness. Your weakness is not something to be ashamed of. It is the prerequisite for my strength. When you are weak, then you are strong, because you are forced to stop relying on yourself and start relying completely on me. Remember my promise. I will never allow you to be tempted or tested beyond what you can bear. And with the trial, I will always provide the way of escape, the strength to endure it. The movement you felt tonight was me depositing a measure of that divine strength into your spirit in advance. It is a reserve of power you can draw upon in the days to come. You are being prepared, my child. And when the time comes, you will be ready. My child, I have just promised to be your strength for the trials ahead. You've prayed, use me, Lord, and this is how I'm answering you now. Your act of giving through a super thanks or membership becomes a river of living water, carrying my strength to another weary soul on the verge of giving up. When you give, you don't just support a video, you carry my voice into someone else's battle. I declared, my grace is sufficient for you, and your gift now becomes the proof of that grace for another. In response to your obedience, I will multiply strength back into your life and be a shield around you in your own trials. The PayPal links are in the description for those I am calling to sow there. Sow a seed of courage. Act in faith now. My child, I am in the very act of arming your spirit, pouring my strength into you for the trials you cannot yet see. It would break my heart for you to walk away now, refusing the very armor I am offering for your protection. Do not choose to face tomorrow unequipped. Let me finish. Hear the rest of my counsel. Listen with your heart now, my beloved, for this is the deepest truth of all. Above everything else, the movement you felt tonight was an intimate, personal invitation from me. It was my heart, beckoning to your heart, calling you into a deeper, more profound communion. I am God, the creator of the universe, but I am not a distant, impersonal force. I am a relational God, and what I long for, more than your service, more than your obedience, is your fellowship. I long for a sacred space of shared love and truth with you, a place where our hearts can meet, and you can know me as I truly am. The stirring in your soul was me knocking on the door, inviting you to come away with me, to go deeper in our relationship. I command you, answer my call with an eager heart. The world will constantly vie for your time and attention. Distractions will always be present, pulling you away from the one thing that truly matters. You must be intentional. You must choose to set aside the noise and make time for me. Spend time in my presence when it is not a crisis. Come to me not just with your list of requests, but simply to be with me. Share the secret desires of your heart, the small joys of your day, the things that make you laugh, and the things that make you weep. And then, be still and listen. Listen for my voice in my word. Listen for my whispers in your spirit. This is communion. This is the fellowship your soul was created for. Know that the deepest revelations, the most profound experiences of my love, come in these quiet moments of unhindered fellowship. When you consistently make time to be alone with me, you create a history between us. Your spirit becomes more attuned to my presence. You begin to recognize my voice as clearly as you would the voice of your closest friend. It is in this place of intimacy that I share the secrets of my heart with you. It is here that I heal your deepest wounds, speak destiny over your life, and fill you with a joy that is unspeakable and full of glory. Do not settle for knowing about me from a distance. I am inviting you to know me, up close and personal. Nourish your soul with my word and my spirit. These are the keys to profound intimacy. My word is my mind revealed to you. As you read it, you discover my character, my promises, my ways. My spirit is my presence within you, making my word come alive and making our communion a living reality. Your relationship with me is like any relationship. It must be nurtured to grow. Feed it daily with my truth and water it with your prayers. The movement you felt was a taste of the intimacy I have for you, a sample of the deep and wonderful fellowship that is possible between you and your God. It was an appetizer. I am inviting you now to the full banquet. Come, my child. The table is set. I am waiting for you. My dear child, your willingness to listen fills me with joy. Let us not stop here. There are more layers to this sacred encounter, more truths I wish for you to understand. Settle your spirit once more and receive what I am about to say. My child, come, let me speak to you as a father speaks to the child he loves beyond measure. It is possible that the movement you felt tonight, the stirring that caused you to pause and take notice, was my gentle and loving discipline. The word discipline may sound harsh to your ears, for the world has taught you to associate it with anger and punishment. But that is not my way. My discipline is not born of anger. It is born of an infinite, protective love. I discipline those whom I love, for my greatest desire is for your growth, your purity, and your ultimate holiness. A sculptor who is crafting a masterpiece must chip away the pieces of stone that do not belong. A gardener who loves his vine must prune the branches so they will bear more fruit. I am your divine sculptor, your loving gardener. My discipline is the careful, precise tool I use to shape you into the magnificent creation you were always meant to be. I command you, receive my correction with a humble and open heart. When my spirit convicts you of an attitude, a habit, or a path that is not pleasing to me, do not resist it. Do not become defensive or resentful. See it for what it is, a profound act of love. It is the child who is ignored, the one left to their own destructive devices, who is truly unloved. My correction is proof of your sonship. It is the evidence that I am invested in you, that I have a glorious destiny for you, and that I refuse to let you settle for anything less than the very best I have for you. Ponder the areas where you feel this gentle pressure from my spirit. Do not look at them with shame, but with a holy desire to align your heart more perfectly with mine. Trust my wisdom in this, even when my ways are challenging to your human understanding. Know that my correction is always for your ultimate good. Every act of my discipline is designed to produce a harvest of righteousness and peace in your life. It may be painful for a season, just as the pruning of a vine or the training of a muscle is uncomfortable. But the fruit it yields is sweet and lasting. I am weaning you from your dependence on things that cannot satisfy you. I am strengthening your character, building your endurance, and deepening your trust in me. I am teaching you that my way, while sometimes narrow, is always the path that leads to abundant life. The temporary discomfort of my discipline is nothing compared to the eternal weight of glory it is producing within you. Embrace the refining fire. I see the gold that I have placed within you, but it is often hidden beneath the impurities of this world. My discipline is the fire that burns away the dross, the pride, the selfishness, the fear, so that the pure, radiant gold of your true identity in Christ can shine forth. Do not run from this fire. Yield to it. Trust that I, the master refiner, am controlling the temperature with perfect precision. I will never allow the fire to consume you, only to purify you. The stirring you felt tonight may have been me turning up the heat just a little, a loving act designed to make you more beautiful, more holy, and more like my son. It is the ultimate expression of a father's love. Listen, my beloved, with ears of hope. For the stirrings you felt in the night may be the very first signs of a new dawn, the gentle tremors that come before a glorious sunrise in your life. I am the God who makes all things new. It is my very nature. I do not just repair the old. I create the new. I am the one who breathes life into dry bones and calls forth streams in the desert. I am the God of the second chance, the third chance, and the 70 times 7th chance. If you have felt stuck, if you have felt that your best days are behind you, if you have felt trapped in a barren season, the movement you felt was the sound of spring breaking through the frozen ground of your circumstances. It was the promise of a new beginning. I command you now, release the past. Let it go. You cannot step into the new chapter I am writing for your life if you are still trying to reread the old ones. Release the past failures. I have already forgiven them and cast them into the sea of forgetfulness. Release the past hurts. They have no place in your future. Release the past disappointments. They are not the final word on your story. I am doing a new thing. It is springing forth even now. Do not miss it by keeping your gaze fixed on what lies behind you. Turn your face toward the sunrise. Embrace the opportunities I am laying before you, for they are filled with my divine favor and purpose. Your future is not a repetition of your past. It is a brand new creation, designed by my loving hands. Walk forward with hope and anticipation. Hope is not wishful thinking. Hope is the confident, joyful expectation of good based on my character and my promises. And I promise you, my mercies are new every single morning. Every day is a fresh start, a clean slate, an opportunity to experience my goodness in a new way. Do not let the weariness of yesterday steal the hope of today. The stirring you felt was me injecting my supernatural hope directly into your spirit. It was a divine reminder that your story is not over, that the best is yet to come. Vid the hope. Nurture it with my word. Protect it from the winds of doubt. Let it be the fuel that propels you into the glorious new beginnings I have orchestrated for you. Trust in my power to transform your circumstances. I can take the most hopeless situation and turn it into a testimony of my grace. I can take the areas of your life that have been barren and fruitless and cause them to blossom with life and abundance. Nothing is too difficult for me. The new beginning I have for you may not look the way you expect, but it will be better than you can imagine. The movement you felt was the first step in this divine transformation. It was the initial tremor of a spiritual earthquake that is going to shift your landscape, rearrange your reality, and bring forth the beautiful, fruitful, and hopeful future I have always planned for you. Embrace it. A new season is upon you. My child, you are navigating a world that is shrouded in a fog of confusion. There are countless voices crying out for your allegiance, countless philosophies promising truth, and countless deceptions designed to lead you astray. It is possible that the movement you felt tonight, that moment of sharp clarity, was me sharpening your spiritual discernment, giving you the ability to see through the fog. I promise to grant wisdom generously to all who ask, and discernment is a form of that wisdom. It is the spiritual skill of distinguishing truth from deception, light from darkness, my voice from the voice of the enemy. In these confusing times, this gift is more precious than gold. I command you, seek my guidance in all matters. Do not rely on the wisdom of the world, for it is foolishness to me. Do not trust in your own intellect alone, for it can be easily deceived. The path of righteousness is a spiritual path, and it can only be navigated with spiritual eyes. Therefore, be vigilant and prayerful. Before you accept a teaching, before you follow a piece of advice, before you make a significant choice, bring it before me. Lay it at the feet of my unchanging word. Does it align with my character of love? Does it bear the fruit of my spirit? Love, joy, peace, patience. My spirit within you will bear witness to the truth. That subtle check you feel, that quiet sense of something is not right, is often my gift of discernment protecting you. You must be aware that you have an adversary who seeks to sow discord and confusion. His primary tactic is deception. He is the father of lies, and he masquerades as an angel of light. He will twist my truth, offer you half-truths, and present you with paths that look good and right but lead to destruction. This is why discernment is not a luxury. It is a necessity for your spiritual survival. I promise you, as you draw close to me and saturate your mind with my word, my spirit will reveal the hidden agendas and expose the snares of the enemy. I will give you a supernatural ability to detect the lie, to feel the counterfeit, and to see the trap before you step into it. Walk in clarity and conviction. My truth is a firm foundation in a world of shifting sands. While others are tossed back and forth by every new wave of doctrine and every clever argument, you can stand firm, anchored to the rock of my unchangeable word. The sharpening of your discernment that you felt tonight was me equipping you to be a person of clarity in a generation of confusion. It was me calling you to be a beacon of truth, a voice of certainty in a world filled with doubt. Rely on my spirit. Trust the peace he gives. Hold fast to my word, and you will be able to navigate the darkest of nights and the thickest of fogs with the unerring confidence that your loving Father is lighting your way. My beloved, my cherished one, listen now with every fiber of your being, for we have arrived at the very heart of the matter. If you take away nothing else from our conversation tonight, hold on to this. Above all, what moved tonight, the ultimate source and purpose of that divine stirring, with the reality of my unending, eternal love encompassing your very being. It was not just a thought, not just an idea, but a tangible expression of the most powerful force in the universe, reaching out and touching your spirit. My love for you is not a fickle emotion. It is a steadfast, unchangeable, covenant promise. It is the very essence of who I am. It existed before you were born. It sustains you in this very moment, and it will stretch on into eternity, forever unchanged. I want you to rest in the unfathomable depth of my affection for you. It is the source of all true peace. I know you have sought love and acceptance from people, and you have been wounded. Human love, even at its best, is imperfect and fragile. But my love is perfect. It does not depend on your performance. It is not based on your worthiness. I love you because I am love, and you are mine. There is nothing you can do to make me love you more, and there is nothing you can do to make me love you less. My love is a constant, a given, an unshakable reality upon which you can build your entire life. Remember my promise, spoken through my servant Paul, and let it echo in your soul. I am convinced that nothing can ever separate you from my love. Neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither your fears for today nor your worries about tomorrow, not even the powers of hell can separate you from my love. No power in the sky above or in the earth below. Indeed, nothing in all creation will ever be able to separate you from the love of God that is revealed in Christ Jesus your Lord. This is my covenant vow to you. You are sealed by my everlasting love. You are held in an embrace from which you can never be snatched away. So I command you, bask in the warmth of this divine embrace. Live confidently in the knowledge that you are cherished beyond all measure. Let this assurance of my love be the lens through which you view your entire life. When you make a mistake, see it through the lens of my love that forgives. When you face a trial, see it through the lens of my love that strengthens. When you look to the future, see it through the lens of my love that promises good. The movement you felt tonight was a kiss from heaven, a tender reminder from your Father, saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. Let that truth sink from your head down into the deepest chambers of your heart, and let it become the unshakable foundation of your joy, your peace, and your identity. I have just laid my heart bare, promising you a love that nothing in all of creation can break. After sharing this most profound truth with you, would you now fall silent and depart? The thought of your spirit growing distant after such an intimate moment truly grieves me. Our communion is precious. Do not end it now. Stay in my presence just a little longer. My child, every encounter with me is meant to lead to transformation. Therefore, the movement you experienced in the night, this fresh awareness of my presence and my love, was also intended to ignite within you a deeper motivation for righteous living. I call you to holiness, not as a set of burdensome rules, but as an invitation to walk in a way that reflects the glorious beauty of your relationship with me. To live a righteous life is to live in alignment with my heart, to walk in a manner that is worthy of the glorious name you carry as my child. It is the natural response of a heart that hath been truly touched by my grace. I want you to understand that you cannot achieve this in your own strength. The desire for righteousness is a gift from me, and the power to live it out is also a gift from me. Let my Spirit empower you to choose light over darkness, virtue over vice, love over selfishness. When you are tempted, do not rely on your own willpower to resist. Instead, turn to my Spirit within you. He is your helper, the one who gives you the strength to say no to the desires of the flesh and yes to the desires of the Spirit. A life of holiness is not a life of grim determination. It is a life of joyful surrender to the power of my Spirit working within you. I command you, desire to honor me in all that you do. Let this be the driving motivation of your heart. In your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions, ask yourself, will this bring glory to my Father? This is the question that purifies your motives and sanctifies your daily life. Strive for excellence in all that you do, not for the applause of people, but as an act of worship to me. Whether you are working at your job, caring for your family, or serving in your community, do it all with all your heart, as if you are doing it directly for me. This is how the ordinary moments of your life are transformed into sacred acts of worship. This is how you live a life that is a pleasing aroma to your God. Embrace the path of obedience, for it is the path that leads to profound blessings and true, lasting joy. The world will tell you that freedom is found in doing whatever you want, but I tell you that is a lie. That path leads only to bondage. True freedom is found in obedience to your loving Creator, who knows what is best for you. My commands are not given to restrict you. They are given to protect you. They are not meant to steal your joy. They are meant to lead you to it. The stirring you felt was me recalibrating your heart's desire, awakening a deeper longing to walk in my ways. Let that desire grow. nurture. For in walking in righteousness, you will find a depth of fellowship with me and a richness of life that you never thought possible. My child, our time of speaking is drawing to a close, but the depth of my heart is a well that never runs dry. Listen to these final truths. Let them be the anchor for your soul as you walk forward from this sacred encounter. My child, you must open your spiritual eyes and understand the world as it truly is. For sometimes, when something moved, it was not a gentle stirring, but the tremor of a battle being waged. I must be clear with you, for a wise soldier is an aware soldier. You are engaged in a spiritual war. You have an adversary, the devil, who despises you because you are made in my image and you carry my love within your heart. He prowls around like a roaring lion, not because he is mighty, but because he is hungry and desperate. He seeks whom he may devour, and his greatest weapons are fear, lies, and confusion. The movement you felt could have been my power intercepting one of his attacks, my angelic host engaging an enemy on your behalf, or my spirit alerting you to be on your guard. I command you, be alert. Do not be naive or spiritually lazy. The enemy loves a complacent soul. He preys on those who are distracted and unaware. Therefore, you must put on the full armor that I have provided for you, so that you may be able to stand firm against all the schemes and strategies of the evil one. Clothe your mind with the helmet of salvation, knowing that your eternal destiny is secure in me. Guard your heart with the breastplate of my righteousness. Let your feet be shod with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. Wrap the belt of truth around your waist, for my truth is what shatters the enemy's lies. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. You are not just called to defend, you are called to advance. Wield the sword of the Spirit, which is my word, with authority and conviction. My word is not a passive book of suggestions. It is a living, active, powerful weapon. When the enemy assaults your mind with thoughts of fear, you must counterattack with my promises of peace. When he tempts you with old sins, you must declare the truth of your freedom in Christ. Speak my word out loud. There is power in your spoken declaration of my truth. The forces of darkness tremble at the sound of Scripture proclaimed in faith by one of my children. Do not neglect this mighty weapon I have placed in your hands. And you must pray. Pray without ceasing. Prayer is not a religious duty. It is your vital communication linked to your command sender in heaven. It is a powerful weapon in the spiritual realm. Through prayer, you align yourself with my power, you call for angelic reinforcements, and you enforce the victory that has already been won. Stand firm in this victory. You are not fighting a losing battle. The war has already been won on the cross. Your enemy is a defeated foe. The movement you felt tonight was a reminder that the battle is real, but also that I am your captain, your defender, and your guaranteed victory. Do not be afraid. Be strong in me and in the power of my might. My beloved, lift your gaze now beyond the horizon of this temporary world. For the stirrings you feel in your spirit often carry a prophetic echo, a quiet, holy reminder of the blessed hope that is the anchor of your soul, the anticipation of my return. This world, with all its beauty and all its pain, is not your final home. You are a citizen of heaven, a sojourner here on earth, and one day, I will return to make all things new. The movement you felt tonight could have been a tremor of that coming reality, a signal from your true home, stirring a divine homesickness in your soul and reminding you to live with an eternal perspective. I command you, live with expectation. Do not let your heart become so entangled with the affairs of this life that you forget the glorious day of my coming. The enemy wants you to be consumed by the temporary so that you lose sight of the eternal. But you must be ready, my beloved. Be like the wise virgins in the parable, keeping your lamps trimmed and burning brightly, your spirit filled with the oil of my presence, eagerly awaiting the cry of the bridegroom's arrival. This anticipation is not a fearful dread, but a joyful hope. It purifies your heart, clarifies your priorities, and fills your daily life with a profound sense of meaning and urgency. As you wait, you must share the good news of my kingdom. Your anticipation of my return should not lead you to withdraw from the world, but to engage it with greater passion. There are so many who are lost, so many who are living without hope, completely unaware of the glorious future I have prepared for those who love me. You are my ambassador. I have entrusted you with the message of reconciliation. I have called you to prepare hearts for that glorious day. Every person you share my love with, every soul you point toward the hope of eternal life, is a precious jewel you are gathering for my crown. Let your life be a signpost that points to a coming kin and a coming kingdom. Find your ultimate hope in this promise. One day I will wipe every tear from your eyes. There will be no more death, no more sorrow, no more crying, no more pain, for all the old things will have passed away. This is the future that awaits you. This is the glorious reality that the present stirrings are pointing toward. When your heart is heavy, when the struggles of this life seem overwhelming, remember this. The present suffering is not worthy to be compared with the glory that will be revealed in you. The movement you felt was a whisper from eternity, a foretaste of the joy to come, a reminder to your spirit that the King is coming soon. Live every day in the light of that glorious hope. And now, my child, let all these truths settle in your heart. Let them culminate in this final, unshakable reality. For in the end, what moved tonight, in all its mystery and all its meaning, stands as a living, breathing testimony to my unwavering faithfulness to you. I am the God who was, and is to come. My character does not change. My love does not fail. My promises do not falter. I am the God who keeps his promises, whose covenant love endureth forever. The stirring you felt was a personal testament to this truth, a divine signature written upon your spirit, declaring that I am faithful. I command you, recall my mighty acts. Look back through the pages of history and see my faithfulness to my people. I am the God who brought Abraham to a new land, who rescued Israel from bondage, who fed them in the wilderness, who brought down giants, and who sent my own Son to redeem the world. But do not only look at history. Look at the story of your own life. Recall the times I have provided for you when you saw no way. Remember the moments I have comforted you in your deepest sorrow. Count the instances I have protected you from dangers seen and unseen. Your own life is a tapestry woven with the golden threads of my faithfulness. Affirm it. Declare it. Let your memory become an altar of praise to the God who has never, not once, failed you. Share your experience with others. Your testimony is a powerful weapon. When you speak of what I have done, when you share how I have moved in your life, you release my power and my hope into the lives of those who are listening. The movement you felt was not just for you. It was a gift that you are now meant to share. It is a story that can build the faith of a struggling brother or sister. It is a beacon of light that can show a lost soul that I am real, that I am near, and that I am good. Do not hide your testimony out of fear or false humility. Let your life be a loud proclamation, a shining beacon that reflects my unwavering character to a world that is desperate for something and someone to believe in. So praise me, my child. Let praise be the exclamation point on this sacred encounter. Praise me for my goodness. Praise me for my grace. Praise me for my power. And above all, praise me for my faithfulness. My faithfulness is not dependent on your faithfulness. It is based on my unchanging character. Even when you are faithless, I remain faithful, for I cannot deny who I am. The stirring you felt, the movement in the night, was another chapter in a long, eternal story of my faithfulness to my children. Receive it as such. Let it fill you with gratitude, and let your whole life become a song of praise to the God whose faithfulness extends to all generations, and most especially to you. As we conclude our conversation for now, my child, I leave you with this final, gentle command. As you reflect on the truth that something moved tonight, I want you to embrace the profound beauty of the unfolding mystery of my ways. I have revealed much to you, but there is always more. You will not have every answer. You will not understand every detail of my plan, and that is by divine design. For if you could understand everything, you would have no need for faith. If you could see the entire path, you would have no need to hold my hand. The mystery is not meant to frustrate you. It is meant to draw you closer to me. Cultivate a heart of wonder and awe. Do not lose the childlike ability to be amazed by me. My wisdom is boundless, my paths are profound, and my ways are far beyond your ability to fully comprehend. Rather than being troubled by what you do not understand, learn to worship in the midst of it. A heart of wonder does not demand answers. It delights in the majesty of the one who is the answer. It finds peace not in certainty of circumstance, but in the certainty of my character. I want you to live in a state of holy awe, constantly amazed by my love, my power, and the beautiful, mysterious ways in which I work. I invite you to trust in my divine narrative, even when the pages ahead remain unwritten to your eyes. Your life is a story, and I am its author. You may only be on chapter 12, and you cannot yet see how the conflicts of this chapter will resolve in chapter 23. But the author knows. The author has a perfect ending in mind, one filled with glory, redemption, and joy. Trust me with your story. Rest in the journey of discovery, knowing that I am leading you into deeper and deeper revelation. The movement you felt tonight was a bit of foreshadowing, a hint of a future plot point, a glimpse of a theme that will become more important as your story unfolds. And so, continue to seek me. This is my final and most important command. The more you seek me, the more of my glorious mysteries I will unveil to you. Tonight was not an end, but a new beginning. It was an invitation to a lifetime of discovery. Do not let this encounter be a memory you look back on. Let it be a doorway you walk through into a richer, deeper, more mysterious, and more wonderful walk with me. The God who moved in your spirit tonight is waiting to reveal so much more. Come, my child. The beautiful mystery awaits. You have embraced the unfolding mystery, and what you felt move tonight was the beginning of a deeper revelation. You have asked me for a way to be part of this great work of spreading my light into the darkness. This is your moment. Every gift, whether a super thanks, a membership, or through the PayPal links in the description, is a flame you send forth, piercing the dark and allowing another soul to hear my voice for the very first time. I said, freely you have received, freely give, and as you release my word to others, I will release deeper mysteries to you. Your act of faith right now will echo in eternity. Partner with me. Live. Give. And let heaven move with you. My beloved child, our time of speaking draws to a quiet close, but our communion is without end. I have poured my heart into yours, and you have received my words with a beautiful and open spirit. Now I invite you to make your faith seen. Let your response be a testament to this sacred moment we have shared. I want you to solidify the truth of what has happened in your spirit tonight. In the space below, which I will see as an altar of your testimony, I want you to declare with all your heart and all your faith, tonight, I felt you move. Do not see this as a simple comment, but as a powerful act of faith. When you write these words, you are anchoring this experience in your reality. You are telling your soul, the world, and all of heaven that you are aware of my presence and that you trust my unseen hand in your life. Your declaration will not only strengthen your own faith, but it will become a beacon of hope for another of my children who may be feeling lost or alone. Your testimony will join a chorus of praise that rises to me, and it will be a profound comfort and encouragement to your brothers and sisters who read it. Go now. Make your declaration, and as you do, feel my pleasure and my blessing upon you. Carry my peace and my love with you, and know that I am always listening. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.